Alrighty then, hello everyone, my name is Caden, and welcome back to more... Steins Gate. Sorry, I thought I just saw something weird. Last time, we, had another incident with the, phone wave, where, it kind of broke through the table and caused a lot of electrical discharge and sent a text message through the past, but... yeah, it's fine. But now we're looking for the IBN 5100, so that maybe we can figure out more about CERN. But in order to do it, it seems we've been dragged by Ferris into her little Ferris cup thing, so... well, looks like I have to do it, no matter what lies ahead. There's no choice. I accept your challenge, but on one condition. I thrust my finger at the tip of Ferris's nose. If I face you, you'll tell me everything I know.
Well, I mean, yeah. Go ahead and actor. This way.
She sticks a name tag onto my chest. The number 28 is written on it with round, girly numbers. I cautiously let Ferris lead me to the back of the cafe, and I finally learned what the customers are doing. Everyone's engrossed in some kind of card game. Now I remember. The other day, Ferris said that she was doing a Rhinet Axis Battlers tournament. That's the Ferris Cup. If you win, you get to eat Ferris's home cooking, or something like that. Looks like Ferris tricked me. Save me, she said. Yeah, she said. I knew she was not to be trifled with. Oh, hey. Huh? Why are you here? You don't do Rhinet. Daru! What are you doing here? What's CERN? Let me rest for one day, man. You should treat me better after 2 consecutive all-nighters. CERN's power grows stronger by the day, and here you are without a care in the world. You're here too. I came here for an unrelated matter and got dragged into this nonsense. I'm not interested in Rhinet or Ferris' home cooking. The second those words leave my lip, I feel like everyone in the store is glaring at me. They want my blood. Oh lord. Come to think of it, the Ferris Cup was organized by Ferris, so it makes sense that only Ferris fans would participate. In other words, I'm the away team. I'm surrounded by enemies. This is something I must do. This is just one more step on my road to the IBN 5100. Obtain information using any means necessary. With that mission in mind, I stood next to Daru and softly whispered to him. Daru, Operation Sigma. What's that? I'm saying we should cooperate. We'll be the strongest if we team up, right? Well, like you're gonna drag me down. You're new at this game of Korean. You're my right-hand man. As long as we're together, we have nothing to fear. Daru flashes his white teeth in a grin. But I refuse. I'm in this thing to win. Can you call yourself my friend? This tournament, we're enemies. You traitor! Why do you think I sent you into this cafe as a spy? You didn't send me. I'm Ferris' son. I'm his biggest fan. I check her blog every day. Suddenly the cafe's lights dim. The song starts playing. A somewhat solemn melody with sexy and powerful female vocals. I've heard this song a lot recently. Pretty sure it's the theme song to Rhinet et Kakaru. Oh lord. Why is the game loading? Whoa. Oh.
Hi everyone, thanks for waiting. The afternoon Ferris Cup is about to begin.
Ferris appears in a spotlight. The previously peaceful audience instantly explodes into excitement. Everyone stands up and shouts to use him with their fist raised skyward. Thank you, game.
Thank you.
Ferris responds to the shouts of joy with a wave of her hand and clears her throat.
Rules are simple. Ferris will face off against each one of you. Ferris will even go paw-paw with 10 people at once. If you beat Ferris, you'll get her home cooking as a reward. Now then, everyone, enjoy the contest.
Lots are drawn to determine the order we face Ferris. Seems like there are 28 participants, including me. Ferris will face 10 people at the same time, so she divides us into 3 rounds. I'm in the 3rd. Depressed Daru. Depressed everyone here. The only guy who's not depressed is the guy on the far left who's like, just like thinking. Strong. Ferris is strong. Daru, a first round participant, was insta-killed by Ferris. How weak. And he said I was going to be the burden. Damn, Daru. No, maybe Ferris is just too strong. Damn, Daru. Arena Axis Battlers is similar to chess. There's a special board where you compete using pieces arranged in rows. The rules are fairly complicated, but basically the point of the game is to get your pieces into the enemy camp. Whoever gets the most pieces into the enemy camp wins. Ferris is playing against 10 people at once. He moves the table from table to table in a circle, taking 1 move at each before proceeding to the next. In Go, Shogi, and chess. Yes. This is called a simultaneous exhibition. High-level players hold them to demonstrate their skill. She's really good then. And Ferris does indeed seem to be a highly skilled, just as Daru said. Huh. All 10 of the first round participants are annihilated within 15 minutes.
I hope the next crew tries a little harder.
Damn you, Ferris. Don't get cocky. I leaned back against the wall and silently watched the round 2 matches. Oh, hello!
Ferris-chan, I'm sure strong.
Mayuri returns from her break with a drink in hand and whispers to me.
I hear she's bad right now, so I'm really jealous.
What would you do if you were good at it?
Well, you know, an Axis Battler isn't just popular in Akiba, it's a global blend.
Blend? So, it's coffee? I think you mean trend.
Yeah, that. So if you get good at it, you're sure to be every kid's hero.
Hero, huh? Doesn't sound bad.
Besides, Upa is so cute.
Upa, as everyone knows, is Reinet's mascot character. These days is more popular than that electric yellow rat. Oh, shit. A rat! Wait, there's something strange about your argument. How does Reinet's skill relate to Upa's cuteness? I guess they're related in Mayuri's mind. She must be after those limited Upa plushies they give out to participants in official tournaments. You'll never become the strongest with such impure intentions, Mayuri.
I'm too busy to go to tournaments, so I think he's definitely a world-class player.
If that's the case, these faceless rabble participating in the Ferris Cup are unworthy opponents. Just as expected, the round 2 ends the same as round 1. Nobody's even close to Ferris's level. Damn. Considering how they just described this as, this is kind of insane sounding. I mean, she's literally doing 8 different games of high level thinking, like, against opponents at once. Or 10. 8 will be now, because still though, that's kind of insane. What kind of thoughts you got going on in your head?
Sorry, yeah, but Ferris never pulls punches in Rhinet. I want someone who can go paw-paw with me.
Daru. Ferris sounds too strong. We can't win. It was hopeless from the get-go. Thick mood of defeat has already spread across the challengers. Some of them are even on their knees in shame. You're all pathetic. I stride to the front of the crowd. I nonchalantly meet Ferris's questioning gaze. But we've been saving the best for last. Daru, allow me to show you how a true man fights. Don't tell me you've got a plan. Indeed I do. Let's call this Operation Sweet Side. A lot of echoes up from all around me. Those cruelly defeated by Ferris entrust their hopes onto me. And to us all, the 8 round 3 participants. Avenge us, they say. I can feel their pain. It gives me strength. At first we were enemies, but now our hearts are joined against the indomitable might of Ferris.
Takama thinks he's up to par.
The tears of the fallen 20 shall not be in vain. Do you remember our promise, Ferris? Once this match is over, you'll tell me everything you know. Amazing. That crazy congratulations means to win.
Go for it, Karin.
The crowd goes wild. They place their hopes on me. I can't wait to get crushed. Slowly step up to the table. 5 minutes. That's all it will take to decide the match.
Okay, round 3, start. Alright, line up access colors, dual access.
And then I get crushed. That didn't work. Nope, that didn't work. Well, I give up. It didn't even take 5 minutes. You're weak. Too weak. Obviously, I've never played Right Net Access Ballers before. There's no way I can win even if I don't know the rules. By the way, I'm not alone. All 8 of the 3rd round contestants were blown out. And thus, the tournament ends in total victory for Ferris.
Ayoshi's disappointed.
So it was all bluff. What about Operation Sweet Side?
It was almost like Kyoma commits suicide, yeah.
Wait, don't tell me. Yes, it's exactly what you're thinking. I leap onto a chair and strike an awesome pose, bathing the losers below me in scorn. Why long faces, men? Operation Sweet Side was a suicide attack. That's gotta be the worst part ever. I don't know the rules. What else could I do?
Why are you so proud you know a new killer, are you?
Have you not figured it out, Ferris? Nyan Nyan? Win or lose, it made no difference.
What's that supposed to mean?
Do you remember the conditions I set?
Ferris let you tell you everything.
No, you are wrong, Ferris. What I said was, if I face you, you'll tell me everything you know. If I face you. Now do you understand? I never need to win. No one else could have pulled it off. These fools were lured by the prospect of Ferris' home cooking. They were obsessed with winning. But not I. Your home cooking meant nothing to me. That difference in motivation is what allowed the suicide mission to succeed. My laughter echoes throughout the cafe. Well, it's at least made it's made Mayushi laugh. Everyone is staring at me in disbelief. Mayuri is the only one to applaud.
You're amazing, Karin.
Thank you, Mayushi. That's dirty. I think you mean fiendishly clever. Behold the success of Operation Sweet Side. Now, promise to promise. I get off the chair and walk to Ferris. Now, Ferris, answer me. Where is the IBN 5100?
Yeah? The IBM 5100?
Don't play dumb. I have a reliable source. I remember that image of the IBM 5100's shining finger sent to me. I bring it up on my phone and show it to Ferris. I should probably actually save first, just in case. Do 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 do. Where is the shining finger? Sing. Can I just not show it that way? I know that you have information on the IBM 5100.
I expect me to remember that, yeah. Though I think I've seen this computer before.
What? I thought you were an expert on retro PCs. Mayuri told me so. You leaked your source.
Yep, Mayushi's a reliable source. I'm not an expert. Yeah, Pop collects them, so we got tons at home. That's all.
So that must be where the IBM 5100 is sealed. Take me there at once.
I can't. Yeah.
What? Why? Ferris puts on a bewitching smile.
Because that's Ferris Clan's sanctuary.
The Ferris Clan?
The only ones who may enter are the Ferris Clan and Cat-eared daughters, those who pursue the knowledge of the Meow Miko.
The what?
In other words, it spawns off everyone but Ferris. Try to force way in, and you'll grow dog ears.
Like hell I will. Dog ears? Yeah, right.
It's true, yeah. Ferris doesn't tell tall tales.
She suddenly starts acting like a scared little cat girl. Instantly, the air is charged with malice. I find myself surrounded by 27 Ferris fans, each glaring at me with bloodshot eyes. You coward. Convert your believers into your personal army.
Ferris is only telling the truth.
The defeated are now under Ferris' complete control. They approach at a shuffle, muttering foul prayers to their cat goddess. I'm surrounded. No. No. No! These guys are serious. I need the information Ferris possesses, but I'm at too grave of a disadvantage now to press the attack. And then there's my personal weakness of Ferris' power. This way I might be assimilated into the Ferris cult. What do I do? Tactical retreat! I cry out and seize my right wrist. Oh no, Lukaku! Help! Not now. It's too soon. My right hand trembles. I show agony on my face as I try to desperately control the trembling.
Don't tell me. Was the Rhinet system anti-Rhinet system activating? Then where'd you playing Rhinet could kill you?
Where did that come from? I ignore Ferris and stagger towards the exit. Her worshippers let me pass. Hey, it worked. Feels as if everyone is giving me cold stares, but I don't have time to check and make sure. Throw myself out the door into open air. Damn. Empty-handed. The throbbing in my right arm settles as soon as I leave the cafe. I guess I'll ask Daru and Mayuri about Ferris some other day. It feels like all of my exhaustion has caught up with me. And to make matters worse, it's boiling hot today. The sun's getting stronger as we enter August. Fed up with the heat, I wiped the sweat off my brow. Mayuri! Mayuri chases after me. She's smiling and waving at me, but her speed is clearly faster than mine. What happened? Has the Ferris Cup already over?
Nope. Well, just about. After this, the customers get to chat with Ferris-chan. I wanted to tell you about the IBM 5100 thing. I showed Ferris-chan the picture again.
Good work, Mayuri. So completely different from a certain useless super hacker. So?
Ferris-chan said it was probably around the time she was in elementary school. On a cold autumn day, while Ferris-chan was shivering from the cold, her butler, Kuroki-san, came to help.
I don't care about her butler, just get to the point.
So basically, she ended up donating one of her dad's computers to a shrine. She says it looked just like the one you're looking for.
When you say shrine, do you mean the one that Lukaku's at? Donated to a shrine? That's an unexpected combination. Now that I think about it, you're right. Hang on. Why does a shrine need an IBM 5100? PCs and shrines, consumer electronics, and ancient Shinto rituals. They're not even tangentially related. Which shrine? Mari tilts her head in confusion.
Dunno. Where could it be?
You didn't ask her? Whatever, it's a lead. The only shrines in Akiba are Kanda Myojin and Yanabayashi Shrine. I don't know if Ferris was living in Akiba at the time, but it's at least a start. Good work, Mayuri. Continue your espionage mission.
Espionage, Hodge? Espionage?
Whatever, it doesn't matter. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Instead of returning to work, she keeps waving at me until I vanish from sight. Kanda Myojin is the larger and more popular shrine, so 9 out of 10 people would choose to donate something there. But when I inquire at the shrine office, nobody knows anything about an old computer. That leaves Yanabayashi Shrine. It's probably not there either, but I have to try. What? That's a phone call. Hello? Who is this? Hello? What? All I can hear is noise. Wrong number? No, maybe... You're from the organization, aren't you? Is this a warning? Telling me to stop getting involved with CERN? Huh? It's a woman's voice. She clearly doesn't understand what I'm talking about. You're not from the organization. No, it's Makise. Oh, why? Who? I think I remember this voice from somewhere. Sorry, but I don't remember. Tell me where we met. Paris? Or London, perhaps? Akihabara. We saw each other yesterday, remember? Yesterday? Makise. Oh, my assistant! Not your assistant, Makise Kurisu. If you don't say Christina, then I have no way of knowing it's you. I'm not Christine either. How many times do I have to tell you? You never stop complaining, do you? Whose fault is that? Whose? Wait a minute, how do you know my phone number? Something's not right here. It's not like Kurisu's free of suspicion. She could still be a spy. Hashida-san told me. Oh, that's boring. So, what is it, assistant? I said I'm not your assistant. What's the point? Where are you now? I'm headed to Yanabayashi Shrine. Ah, okay. Bye then. Bruh. Huh? What? What was that? Is she messing with me? She's messing with me. How dare my assistant treat me like this? I shall scold her most harshly next time we meet her. She thinks she's all that just because she was published in a major journal. Oh, hi. I see. Your accomplishments mean nothing to me. What are you talking about? When I arrive at Yanabayashi Shrine, I find my assistant waiting there for some reason. She glares at me with her usual frown. What was that phone call about? I just wanted to ask you where you were. And since you said we were coming here, I came. Nobody asked you to come. And yet, here I am. May I ask why? Why is she always in such a bad mood? Why did you come to see me? Not because if I wanted to or anything, don't get me wrong. She just keeps those abusive words coming. I can't stop thinking about what you said yesterday. What I said? About the IBM 5100 and CERN. Of course, you're working for CERN, not the organization. You're here to kill me, aren't you? That's what I thought. You have the face of a killer. What's wrong with my face? How rude. Can you calm down a bit? You're always screwing around. I can't believe you're older than me. Calm down? You don't understand what it's like to live on the run, never knowing when the next assassin will strike. All I'm hearing is gibberish. Come here to pick a fight. I just want to know how the IBM 5100 and CERN are related. Don't you mean you're interested in certain time machine research? Be honest with yourself. Shut up. I'm not interested in time machines at all. More importantly, did you find an IBM 5100? That's why I'm here. Kurisu looked up at Yanabayashi's shrine small archway. A shrine? Correct. Then, with perfect timing, a beautiful girl, boy, dressed in Miko garb, appears from the nearby shrine office holding a bamboo broom. Lukaku!
Kyoma-san. Hello.
Lukaku. Why don't you, have it?
Huh? Are you talking about Demon Sword Samidare?
I thought I told you to carry it at all times.
I'm sorry, but it gets in the way when I'm cleaning, so...
What if they attack you while you're cleaning? Nobody's gonna come to your rescue, you know.
That's true. I'll be more careful from now on.
Hey, what are you two talking about? Lukaku finally notices Kurisu and gives me a puzzled look.
Who might this be?
My assistant.
No, what kind of introduction is that?
I'm only telling the truth, Christina.
You're not Japanese? I am Japanese.
Anyway, Lukaku, I need to talk to your father about...
Wait, introduce me properly.
Want to be introduced properly?
It's unnatural not to be introduced in this situation.
I didn't come here to introduce you to Lukaku.
An introduction wouldn't take more than 10 seconds. What's wrong with you? Please don't fight.
Lukaku's flustered, or looks like he's thinking we're fighting. This is Makise Kurisu, my assistant.
Yeah, whatever, assistant, whatever. Nice to meet you, Makise-san. I'm Urushibara Luka. Nice to meet you too.
How old are you?
17 this year.
You're younger than me.
Oh, really? Makise-san, you're so grown up. I can't believe we're only a year apart.
That means you look old. She glares at me. When is she not?
No, that's not what I mean you're very beautiful.
Thanks. I think you're very cute. But he's a guy. I probably shouldn't tell her that. The shock from learning the truth might be enough to make her go back to America. You're introduced. Happy? Can we move on?
You are such a jerk.
Anyway, Lukaku, I require an audience with your father. Can you make it happen?
Yes, sure, but why do you need to talk to my dad?
It's a grave matter that concerns the future of mankind.
Future?
Of mankind?
I'll go get him.
Lukaku races into the shrine office. He believes just about everything I say. He's really easy to deal with, unlike my rebellious assistant. Bless you.
Oh no, did I catch a cold?
Kurisu's sniffling should keep her too occupied to scold me for a while. Lukaku's father soon appears. Lukaku's pretty flustered. He's practically dragging his father behind him.
Hurry, Dad! Hurry!
Slow down a little. If you rush me, I'm going to fall.
But the future of mankind is at stake.
Oh, well, that's certainly serious. Hi there. I've met Lukaku's father several times before. He's a gentle, respectable adult, with the exception of how he raised Lukaku. I Apparently the reason Lukaku wears Miko garb is because his father requested it. Maybe his dad's a pervert. No, it's not like I mean to mock the Shinto priesthood or anything like that. Hi there. Yuen-kun. It's been a while. Thank you for always taking care of Luka. The honor is mine. His name isn't Kieran, it's Okabe. Oh, really? You there, assistant, stop making things complicated. I'm just telling the truth. What does she come here for? Luka told me his name was Ewing. Hey, Luka was just playing a trick on me.
It's not it, Dad. Okabe-san's real name and Ewing is,
I am Hewing. Okabe Rintaro is the name your parents gave you, right? Are you denying that? Just be quiet, zombie. Who's a zombie? It's great that you all get along. Luka's dad looks like Kurisu. Are you one of Luka's friends too? Please get along with Luka from now on too. I'm... As you can see, this child of mine is so delicate.
Come on, Dad.
Kurisu looks like she's going to cry for some reason. What's wrong? Is she upset that Luka's father assumes she's a friend? Kurisu notices my stare and quickly turns away. So, Hewing-kun, did you need something from me? That's right, there's no time for idle chatter. This meeting will shape the course of Ragnarok. The future is, well, whatever. I'm a mad scientist, not some sort of hero. I explained to Lukaku's father how I need the IBM 5100. And then I asked him if that retro PC was donated to Yanabayashi Shrine. Of course, I don't disclose how any classified information, like how we plan to hack CERN or how this is all related to the time machine research. I don't know if donated is the right word to use. But an old computer was entrusted to the shrine about 9 years ago. What? Huh? No way. Really? That easy? That's it. That has to be it. Please wait here. I'll go get it. Wow, is he really just gonna give it to us? Lukaku's father comes back in about 10 minutes. His face is bright red, and he's carrying a large cardboard box. His gaze is fairly unsteady. I wonder if he'll be okay. It was hard to dig out. I think this is what you're looking for. Luka's dad places the box on the ground and takes a deep breath as he rubs his back. Was it that heavy? I thank him and take a look inside. That's it. An IBM 5100. Yeah, that's it. That's certainly it. Inside is a simple computer with an integrated monitor. The monitor is only about as big as a GPS screen. I compare it to the IBM 5100 image I got from Shining Finger. There it is. Yeah, I can see the front part here looks the same. That's it, alright. They look very similar.
Look at this.
Lukaku points to the logo between the tape drive and the monitor. We got more tips. Tape drive. Before the invention of the floppy disk, data was stored on magnetic cassette tapes. Specialized disks to read these tapes were the norm for computers in the 1970s. I did not know that. That's interesting. And this doesn't say fictional, so I have to assume this might even be true. It says IBM 5100 portable computer. It is a portable computer. I didn't even think of that. It is a portable computer. It's a very tiny portable computer that would probably be miserable to run. But it's certainly a portable computer. Huh. How strange. Finally, I can skip text accidentally. I solved Akiba's urban legend. This is the phantom PC of Akihabara. It's in excellent condition. There's only a thin layer of dust on it. But it looks like we'll need to plug it in to see if it works. Now, the problem is whether Lukaku's father will lend it to me. How much you want? Urashibara Sushi. I'll be blunt. May I borrow this computer? Sure. Seriously? Is it okay for a priest to just lend property out like that? Items which were donated to the shrine? I never expected it. I've never heard of anything like that. That's why I was expecting him to refuse. When this was entrusted to us, the owner said this. If a young man ever appears and says that he needs his computer no matter what, please lend to him with my blessings. That's strange. What? Wait, if a young man ever appears and says that he needs his computer no matter what, please lend it to him with my blessings. This is time travel. It has to be. Or, wait a minute, something's not right here. This is perfectly what is going to allow us to actually have this. Because what concerns me is the fact that the one that, as far as I know, I'm pretty sure... Let me see if I can look... I don't know how far back I'm allowed to look in the backlog. Let's see. Kurisu... Aha, yeah. I can see back here. Ferris, the IBN. Papa collect them. Hang on, it was down here. So basically, she ended up donating one of her dad's computers to a shrine. So the one who donated that would be Ferris. What? I didn't think it would actually happen, to be honest. I'd forgotten about it entirely until you reminded me. I'm happy to lend it to you, Hyuin-kun, but please be sure to return it when you're done, okay? Of course, thank you. I bowed deeply, but in my heart, I'm grinning like a madman. I can't stop laughing. Things are going better than I anticipated. It's almost like everything's being handed to me on a silver platter. Now certain secrets will be laid bare. We can expose their wicked research, and possibly even gather hints on the creation of a time machine. And then I can complete the first time machine in human history. Now I have to get the IBM 5100 back to the lab. But unfortunately, I don't have a car to transport it. In fact, I don't even have a license. Same goes for my assistant. Well, guess we're walking. Can't Americans start driving at 16? How come you don't have a license? I mean, I could drive at 16, but I had to always have a parent. Like, I had like a... I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a... some kind of like training license, but it's like you can drive, but you have to have an adult accompany you if you're driving at like 16. I think you can only get like a legitimate license at like 18. What? Something wrong with that? I spent all my time doing research. You're wasting your youth. I thought so too, until I met you. Now I realize I'm doing just fine. Touche.
No fighting, please.
Lukaku's flustered again. It's alright, buddy. You're a lifesaver, Lukaku. Thank your father again for me. Also, I just now noticed, oh, wait. Oh! My goodness, are you serious? I never noticed that. You can just click on this top left thing. Like, I know my cursor doesn't appear on screen, but you can actually see my, whenever it flashes yellow, that means I'm moving my cursor over it. The top left thing. Like, you can see it's, like, rapidly flashing right now. If I place my cursor over it, it turns into a finger, and if I click it, it pulls up the phone for me. I don't actually have to use the keyboard. That's actually really nice. I didn't realize that. What was I gonna say before that? I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, I was gonna circle, I like this little, like, skull pin that Lukaku has. Luka's dad has already returned to the shrine office. Lukaku nods. Your father is a lovely man. Lukaku and I freeze at my assistant's nonchalant words. My father is married. Adultery is bad. Huh? I see, assistant. So you like older men? Damn. Wait, don't misunderstand, you two. That's not what I meant. Damn. Damn. I won't give up my father. Please don't cry. I just meant I was just how well you get along with your father. That's all. Of course. I'm sorry for the weird misunderstanding. I was so rude of me. Don't cry. We resolved misunderstanding, so it's all okay. But in the depths of your heart lie the feelings for Luka's dad. Die. Ah, yes, the most simple spell one can cast. Die. Thanks. Christina turns away. I decided to leave it at that. Angering her any further could lead to violence. Anyways, Lukaku, don't forget your practice swings with Samidare. Yes, sir. I'll do my best. Elsa Kongali. It's Kongaroo. Don't forget it. I'm sorry. Hey, what kind of low-life tease a girl? About that, I wouldn't know. Lukaku's a guy. I knew that was gonna be the rebuttal. It's like, I wouldn't know about teasing a girl. Because he's a guy. Stop zooming in every time you say that, game. Every single time. I ignore Christina and lift up the box with the IBM 5100 inside. Oh, it's heavy. I can barely lift it off the ground. I put it down for now. Now I know what Luka's dad was right in the face when he brought this thing in. Well, this is a problem. Is it that heavy? Pathetic. It's only as big as a CRT monitor. You try picking it up then, madam. Then why don't you try carrying it? Then you'll understand. Kurisu sighs and grabs both at ends of the cardboard box and lifts. She strains with all her might, but gives up without lifting it even a centimeter. See? It's really heavy. See? She blushes slightly, but still maintains her usual frown. But you can't say I'm weak when you can't pick it up. My assistant seems to have a strong competitive spirit. Lukaku, you're up. Thing's gotta weigh like 30 kilos. I don't know what kilos equal. For the sake of understanding weight, what is 30? That's not 30, that's 40. 30 kilos in pounds. That's 66 pounds, apparently. Jeez, oh Pete. Okay, I see. Yeah, that would be quite annoying. I could understand, like, carrying that a small distance, but carrying that, like, from however far away this seems to be, would be a nightmare. Maybe we should have borrowed a pushcart. Ushibara-san, is there one in the shrine? There is one, but it's broken. I'm sorry. Oh, is there some other place we could borrow? Yeah. No, we don't need a pushcart. Then how are you gonna bring it back? It takes about 10 minutes to walk to your rundown lab from here. It may be too heavy for one person, but a different story for two. You and I just need to carry it together. Why else do you think I made you my assistant? So that's why. Well, if we carry it together, we might be able to manage, but I refuse. Now you're saying it! Huh? I said no. You ain't getting away with that. I remember what Daru said. But I refuse. You watch it too. You fool! You revealed yourself! I'm pretty sure you just said, but I refuse. Shut up! I said no. But I refuse is a famous manga quote. Could Karisu be at Chandler? The whole reason you made me a lab man was to borrow my knowledge from this. And this is elementary to write the following. I won't do physical labor. I see. Then I guess I have no choice. I'll do my best to carry it, but... I glance at Lukaku. He twitches when he notices my look, then timidly raises his hands with tears in his eyes.
Then I will...
Huh?
You're going to help.
Will you be okay?
Yes, I'll be doing my best.
No, Lukaku, I shouldn't make you help me. I can manage by myself.
But we're friends, Okabe-san. I want to help you.
No, I'll do it myself.
I'll help you.
Then, me too. Please, go ahead. Huh? What? Don't you know, Christina? This is what you call a Japanese gag.
You sneaky...
You fool, you've fallen for the emotional manipulation. Thanks for the backup, Lukaku. Now that that's so, my assistant will help me carry the computer, so you don't have to help. Thanks for the offer.
Okay, if that's how it is, then...
Now, assistant, since you volunteered, I won't let you refuse. Grab hold and heed. Fine. Emotional manipulation at its finest. Black will be proud. No. Karisu and I lift up the cardboard box, and it also just now occurs to me how tall my character is. What the heck? The burden's considerably easier when distributed between two people.
Why do we have to be face to face?
How else are you supposed to carry a box, if I might ask? For position so that we're looking at each other. Madam, how do you want me to carry it behind my back? I don't know how else I'm supposed to carry this. There's no right way to hold it, so what can you do? What do you want me to do? Let's just go. I start to walk out of the shrine.
Hey, stop! I said stop!
You're a noisy one.
Don't walk forwards.
Then I have to walk backwards. Let's walk sideways. Whatever, get moving, assistant.
Hey, listen, please, just listen. I can't walk backwards.
Of course you can, you're my assistant.
I appreciate the vote of confidence, but I can't. I'm asking you to walk sideways. No, I'm telling you to go sideways. Sideways! I'm gonna fall!
Uh-oh. It's dark by the time we get back to the lab. It's normally less than a 15-minute walk, but since Karisu kept begging me to take breaks, it ended up taking twice as long. We finally made it. I'm exhausted. You didn't complain so much about every little thing. We would have gone here much sooner.
Right, back at you. You stopped to take a break at least 5 times along the way.
That's because I wasn't feeling well.
Are you okay?
It's just occasionally my right arm aches, and when it does, dark destructive impulses overcome my soul. Shut up, or I'll tear the peripheral nerves out of that arm. Holy crap, there's something wrong with this girl. Rip out my nerves? That's like something from last year's New Gen incident. I'm sorry, what? Fictional. The popular name of a string of bizarre serial murders that occurred in Shibuya 1 year ago. A total of 14 people died in all 7 incidents. The methods of the murder were entirely unorthodox, which led to its cult popularity among the youth of Shibuya. The mass media dubbed this new generation madness. A 25-year-old man was arrested as the culprit, but passed away in the Shibuya earthquake immediately afterwards. To this day, rumors remain on the internet that he was not the true culprit. Jeez. Okay, I'll shut up. Let's bring the IBM 5100 into the lab. The final barrier awaits. Imagine we do all this effort and it doesn't even work. We have to ascend this rickety building's narrow staircase. Shouldn't you get your friends' help? You're right. I checked the window. The lab's lights are on. Oh, hey.
Huh?
Part-time warrior comes out of the Bronze Tube workshop with perfect timing.
It's an Okabe Rintaro. What do you have there?
You want to know? Then I'll tell you. Wait, you're just gonna stand and talk? Shouldn't we put the box down first? Yeah, actually, wait. This will only take a second.
Well, what is it?
What if I told you it's an IBM 5100?
No way. You found it? Wow, way to go, Okabe Rintaro.
I wish she'd stop calling me by my full name. If she's gonna do that, at least she should call me Ryuin Kyoma.
Where was it?
It's so heavy. Karisu starts giving in. I'm about at my limit too. Let's put it down. Karisu now places it on the ground gently so as to not damage the contents.
So, where was it?
Yanabayashi Shrine.
Yanabayashi Shrine? You mean like a Shinto shrine?
Yeah.
Why was it there?
Then suddenly Suzuha looks at Karisu. What the? The mood suddenly shifted. Do you know her? She gasps and approaches Karisu until they're close enough to feel each other's breath. Excuse you? What the? Yes? Makise Karisu. Makise Karisu. Yes? What just happened? For some reason, she stares at Karisu with frightful intensity. Karisu narrows her eyes in opposition. What's going on? I can't move a muscle. The air's so thick with tension. I feel like I've just stumbled into a fight that I can't escape from. What happened? What is it? Have I done something wrong? Suzuha turns away and without looking back, disappears into the Bronze Tube workshop. Who was that? That was strange. Does Suzuha have some knowledge of Karisu? Some kind of disdain? Now Karisu demands answers from me. She works part-time at that store. Why was she glaring at me? The hell if I know. How should I know? Did you do something to make her angry? I've never seen her before in my life. How rude. Karisu picked a fight with me for the first time we met too, but that was a hallucination, so I don't say anything. I get Dara and Mayuri to come down and help us, and the four of us carry the IBM 5100 upstairs. Good work, everyone. For this, we can fight. Who are you fighting? CERN, and a system that rules the world. I'm wondering if this is going to be where paths start diverging and stuff. Because I know that there are multiple endings to this game. I'm going to try and get all of them if I can, obviously. What I'm curious is, I'm pretty sure that the endings, the way that you're probably going to change your path is by using time travel to, like, change events and stuff, I'd assume. So I'm wondering how that's going to go. And that's what makes you happy. Happy? I do not desire happiness. Have you forgotten? I am an insane mad scientist. What I desire is chaos. The time machine exists to bring chaos to the world. Never mind happiness. You're like a jumpy hyper secreting beta endorphins. A neurotransmitter secreted by the brain effectively suppresses pain and stress, producing euphoria. The effect known as runner's high can be explained by the secretion of these beta endorphins. Got it.
Occurring, I don't want you to do bad things, remember?
But wow, I can't believe you found one. You make the impossible look easy. That's why we love you. That's why we had... I certainly don't admire him. Huh? 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 For a moment, there was a complete silence. Why are you confused?
It's all thanks to Mayushi.
Sure. Mayuri, oblivious as always, puffs out her chest with pride. I guess she did tell us where it was, but I guess, sure. But I don't miss Karisu's relieved sigh. She keeps dropping manga quotes. Does this mean what I think it means?
Without Mayushi's info, Arkin would still be lost in the streets of Akiba.
Mayuri's right. She did well this time.
Anyway, it's time for Mayushi to go home. What about you, Chris-chan? Wanna go together?
Thanks, but I'm gonna stay here a little longer. Looks like Karisu's interested in the IBN 5100 in CERN after all. That reminds me, I haven't filled her in yet.
Okay, but you should go home before it gets too late. See you tomorrow.
Doo-doo-doo. Now that I think about it, I feel like I've heard people do that doo-doo-doo thing before. Is this where it comes from, or is that also a reference to something else? It's funny. I just am curious, because I've heard, now that I think about it, I have heard other streamers like have it as like an alert or sometimes. So I'm just curious, is this where it came from? Or is that also a reference to something else to where it originally came from? Or is this the origin? Mayuri waves her hand as she leaves. Now then, Daru, what do you think? When do you think we can use the IBN 5100 to hack CERN? Well... Daru talks as he plugs the IBN 5100 power adapter into the wall. If it doesn't work, this is gonna be just the most depressing thing ever. He turns the machine on, and the power supply begins to make a turbulent noise. Wow, it actually turned on. First, I need to learn how to use this thing. Looks like hooking it up is going to be a pain. It might take a while, and I can't play with this thing and search for the server admin's ID at the same time. Alright, prioritize the ID search. If possible, I'd like you to get the IBM 5100 ready to use this month, though. There's still 30 days left this month. It's not going to take that long. That's my super hacker. What the? Well, hang on. Shining Finger. Have you found any leads yet? Nothing at all on my end. I've been to a lot of stores, but none of them had an IBM 5100 on display. Maybe I should have tried asking. Anyway, let me know if you found anything, Moeka. Hey, Okabe. What? I look up. Karisu is glaring at me. What'd you call me? I called you Okabe. You called me Okabe. I take one step towards Karisu. And she takes a step back. Time out, time out. Thor tries to hold me back, but I shake him off and take a step closer. Karisu doesn't step back this time. Without taking her eyes off me, she bites her lip hard and curls her hands into a fist. You just call me Okabe? I did. Problem? Yes, I'm younger than you. But you insist on calling me by ridiculous nicknames like Christina and Zombie, so I don't think I need to show you any respect by San. And besides, that's not the problem. I am not Okabe, I am Huey Hyoma. How many times do I have to tell you, Christina? God, you're so full of yourself. From now on, call me Huey. That or Kyoma. No. Karisu snaps at me and turns away. Are those tears I see in her eyes? Are you crying? I'm not crying. It's not like I was scared of you for a second there or anything. And I definitely wasn't relieved when you started talking like an idiot again, okay? She stalks over to the window and stares outside. I see her wipe her eyes with the back of her hand. Seems she was crying after all. Why is my assistant crying? She said so herself just now. All I did was correct her on my name. Maybe she will only act strong, but is actually weak on the inside. I'll be brave, Moe. Well, whatever. Back to checking mail. I should have... Whoops. You know what? No. Not that button. No, no, no. We're gonna have to go back a bit of a ways way. We're gonna have to go back a ways. Oh, we're far back. Whoopsie daisy. Thankfully, this seems really quick. Okay, we're going lightning fast right now. We'll be back before we know it. Hang on. Okay. Okay, that was... I was worried that it was going to take a while to get back, but thankfully that skip function is very fast. Alright, it was around here that I think the calls started appearing. Yeah, it was around here. What we'll do, actually, we'll make another save here. Ah, crap, I did it again. Bruh, I am not good at this, am I? Wrong button. I did it again! Ken, stop it! Control! Please! You got mail! Okay. Maybe she only strikes... Okay, there we go. Now, we check it. On second thoughts, it looks like it didn't matter. All that effort for nothing. Nice. But I'm thirsty from this hard day's work, so before that, I take a fresh Dr. P out of the fridge. Hey, are you gonna tell me what's going on? I toss the ball to Karisu when she turns around. Dr. People? You're drinking people? Yeah. Karisu tries to catch it, but fails magnificently. She picks up the ball off the floor, then shoots me a glare. I'll explain in a second. Drink that while you wait. Gee, thanks. I need to send a reply to Shining Finger. I got the goods. Over. I sent a concise message as concise a message as possible. Now then, I turned. You get the goods? You found IBM 5100. Give me, Moeka. Gimme? What nonsense is this? Sorry, but I'm not the owner. I can't just give it to you. I send that. Another instant reply. Moeka! Stop it! Let me borrow it, Moeka. It's easy to imagine what will happen if I lend to her. She'll disappear, and I'll never see the IBM 5100 again. No. No borrowing either. You can come over to our lab if you want to see it, but no touching. I swear to God, if she teleports into our house, I'm going to scream. The address is this. I'm still gonna hear a knock on the door in a second. I had the lab's address and send the mail. No more replies come. Sorry for that. Wait, Christina. I look up and see Karisu drinking the Dr. P. Oh? You're a fan of the doc, I see. I've lived 7 years at its birthplace, after all. Excellent. We'll make drinking buddies. I'm a minor. That's not what I meant. I meant drinking Dr. P buddies. Is that all you drink? Frieza shrugs her shoulders and takes another swig, signaling me to talk. And so, I explain how Daru and I hacked into CERN, and how they've already had the LHC in operation for 9 years, and how they've successfully created many black holes, and how it looks like they're researching time travel, and also how they haven't disclosed any of that to the world. Frieza's expression grows more and more intense as she listens to the story. CERN certainly is acting strange, but how's the IBM 5100 involved? CERN's database uses an IBM 5100. So? The only way to decrypt that database is to use an IBM 5100 of our own. How do you know that? I have my sources. I wouldn't drop Tiger's name. I have no doubt this genius girl would laugh if I did. Frieza puts her finger to her lip, deep in thought. Setting the IBM and 5100 and such aside, I want to see the proof that CERN's really doing that sort of research. True, we didn't get any definite proof of CERN's time travel research last time we'd hacked them. Daru, will it take much longer to find the server admin's account? Actually, I was just thinking about doing that. Shouldn't take more than half a day, I guess. There you go. I'll wait until then. You'll wait? It's already getting dark. Wanna go home for the night and come back tomorrow morning? No thanks. I'll wait. I wanna know as soon as possible, even if it's just a microsecond sooner. That's the spirit. You're already fascinated by the conspiracy. You can't help but want to know what lies at the heart of CERN. If what you guys are saying is true, then this isn't something to joke about. CERN is the world's top research institution. If they're doing secret experiments without publishing the results, they're making fools of scientists the world over. That's only if it's true, though. She's always at university, so she's almost never home. You know how I said she's boyish? Well, I've always had trouble saying no to her, so she and my father used to make me do things. I mean, you know, just thinking about it makes me want to cry. Yes, I was so deep in thought I didn't do any practice. What the hell happened to you? I need details. Was this an ancient holy ritual that no man can observe lest it be blinded by the purity of the feminine essence? Or... Don't tell me they defiled you. In that case... I don't know if I like either of these messages. Because this feels like... I guess this one, because it shows a bit of concern. I'm not exactly a big fan of either reply, because I feel like... I don't know, I would like to just ask, like, hey, you okay? But this is the close I can get to it, I feel. Like, I need to at least know, are they abusing you? When we get this time travel thing going, if they're abusing you, then we can fix that. Maybe. We'll find a way. She finishes by emphasizing that point again. Doesn't look like she believes us. Anyway, Daru, I'll leave it to you. According to Daru's research, the IBM 5100 weighs 25 kilos. For now, we'll leave it on the shelf in the development room. I carry the cardboard box to the room, half dragging it. Kurisu follows. Can you show me the phone waves? Indeed I can. Want to experiment? You haven't been able to send an email to the past yet, right? Do you know why? I can only shake my head. It's strange. Why hasn't the foam wave been able to replicate the effects anymore? Did something maybe break? That's the only thing I can think of. Like, did something maybe break when it fell through, and now that it's broken, it can't do what it was supposed to do anymore? Let's run some tests. Frieza looks around the development room. Man, you have a ton of junk. It's not junk. Since you're news of Future Gadget Laboratory, I'll explain. These are the glorious fruits of our science, the Future Gadgets. Future Gadgets number 1 through 7 are stored here. The phone wave, which you are already familiar, is gadget number 8. Future Gadgets, huh? Kurisu casually picks up Future Gadget number 4, Moad Snake, up from the shelf and stares at it. Hey, isn't this a weapon? Future gadget number 4, Moad Snake, designed after a Claymore landmine, is an instant humidifier. So I was right, it is a Claymore. How confusing. Insert water and turn the power on, and in a mere second it generates a thick cloud of steam. So it's junk. I thought so. Frieza sighs and returns Moad Snake to the shelf. I'm borrowing this. No, that's Daru's! Without waiting for a reply, she grabs Daru's never-worn lab coat from the shelf and puts it on gallantly. Whoa! It's just not right with that lab coat. Overcome with emotion, I seize Kurisu's hand and grasp it firmly. Hey! Assistant, you get it, don't you? Get what? Let go. If you're gonna do science, you need a lab coat, right? I told Darwin over and over, but he wouldn't wear one. But my assistant is different. She put it on before I even said anything. I knew you were meant for this, Christina. You're the best assistant a mad scientist could ask for. I don't know if that's supposed to be a compliment, but it's coming off as an insult. Now let go. She shakes off my hand and turns her back to me. I'm giving you that lab coat to commemorate your joining the lab. Don't worry, it's never been worn. Or maybe this fateful encounter between you and that lab coat was decided by destiny long ago. Though not wearing it was just another inevitability. This is the choice of Steins. Shut up so we can start the experiment. Fine. Frieza thrusts both hands into her lab coat pockets, then bends down to look at the time machine now placed underneath the table. The previous experiment broke the table and even left a hole in the floor. There's a danger that will happen again if we successfully reproduce the discharge phenomenon, so unfortunately we'll have to leave it on the floor for now. So, you haven't tampered with the microwave at all? I point to the X68000. There's a code on the screen. It's in terminal mode right now. We can change the factory settings like this. Make the microwave do things its manufacturer never intended. How was it set when the discharge phenomenon occurred? Nothing out of the ordinary. It was at factory settings. I'll take a banana. The bunch of bananas only has 3 bananas left. Those are Mayuri's. Oh, so I don't need your permission then. I'll go buy new bananas tomorrow. Frieza takes a banana from the bunch, squats down, and places it inside the phone wave, name subject to change. She begins to type on her phone. She pushes send, and the phone wave, name subject to change, begins to turn backwards. After 120 seconds, the chime rings. Nothing happened. So it's no longer even doing the gelification thing. So did something happen when the discharge happened that caused it to just change back to normal? Or is there something missing? The banana's still in the microwave, ungelified. Ow! Kurisu yelps as she tries to take out the banana and quickly draws her hand back her hand. She starts blowing on her fingers. It's hot. So it's now just doing its function properly. What? Meaning the microwave function normally. This proves that the hidden function Mayuri found wasn't a freezing function, but we knew that already. Undaunted, Kurisu throws in a new banana and once again begins reverse rotation for 120 seconds. But the second banana warms up too. We can't reproduce the gelification phenomenon, much less send mail to the past. What does this mean? I guess what happened earlier was an irregularity after all. I don't know if it's an irregularity or not, but we ought to investigate the cause. I agree. We agree for once. But Kurisu's motives and my motives are probably the exact opposite. My assistant here wants to disprove my theory that the phone wave name such a change is in fact a time machine. In the previous experiment, after spending 120 seconds in the phone wave name such a change, the banana teleported back to the bunch jellified. We should consider that it returned to its state 120 seconds before. Wrong. If it returned to its state 120 seconds before, it wouldn't be jellified. So she wants to say that because it was jellified, it didn't travel back in time. The chicken returned to its frozen state without jellifying. That logic is dubious. Sure, it ended up frozen, but did you examine the possibility that it might have jellified first? No, I didn't. I think I already ate the refrozen chicken. Salt didn't jellify. You mean nothing changed? After the discharge phenomenon occurred last time, we spent all night experimenting with cabbage, rashes, rice, konjac, melon bread, crunchy kun, and cup noodles. Nothing happened. What's crunchy? A brand of popsicle popular throughout Japan. In addition to the standard soda flavor, over 50 varieties are sold, including cola, grape, and limited promotional flavors. Win may be written on one part of the stick. A winning stick earns a free popsicle. The chances of winning are rumored to be around 2%. Okay. Same thing with liquids. On that day, our success rate took a 180-degree turn. Before the discharge phenomenon, everything succeeded. After the discharge phenomenon, everything failed. Is the microwave storing electricity? You said that jellified objects became fractal structured, right? Salt has a simple structure by nature, so maybe that had an effect. How could electricity be related? Here, we should think under the assumptions of time travel theory. No, it's not good to start thinking from the conclusion. We've already had several successful experiments. You can't deny that. I'm not especially concerned whether this thing is a time machine or not. To begin with, it's physically impossible for this tiny little microwave to produce energy equivalent to the Big Bang. Kurisu frowns deeply. Then what happened? How do you explain what happened? And how do we replicate it? You can't reproduce the discharge phenomenon nor the fractalization. There should be a reason why. We haven't changed our methods. We haven't changed the settings. We haven't changed the experimental subjects either. There must be some other variable. Maybe it's the one who observes it? What do you mean by that? Quantum theory, the observer is an important element to the experiment. There were 4 of us here when the discharge phenomenon occurred last time, but before that, it occurred when Hashida-san was alone. Each time fractalization occurred, there were either 2 or 3 people observing. You and I each saw both phenomena. In other words, the conditions haven't changed. In that case... It's weird. Why is it suddenly just not doing its thing? As far as I can tell, again, nothing changed. The only thing I would think is that maybe something broke, but even then... There must be some other variable. It's on the tip of my tongue. Then I hear a rumbling sound from Kurisu's stomach. Hungry? Shut up. I haven't eaten anything since lunch. Kurisu turns away as she looks at her watch. Sorry, 8? Just eat a banana, but only one of the 2 we just warmed. They are, after all, the fruit of our experiments. Or you could take something from our stock of cup noodles. This may be where Girl Crow. Okay. But the way he phrased it, I was worried something bad was happening. Don't want any? Well, since you have lived in America for so long, I guess you prefer fast food instead. Cup noodles. What? I have a cup noodles. Cup noodles? What flavors? There's soy sauce flavor and chicken flavor. Chicken. She seems in the mood to eat. Also, do you have a fork? I don't know. It's past midnight. At 8 o'clock, the 2 of us silently ate cup noodles and warm bananas. Dar said he didn't want any. And ever since then, we've been examining the phone wave, name subject to change. We mainly focus on the terminal mode settings through the X68000. The programs Dar wrote are all wizard class though, so I can't understand most of them. An insanely skilled hacker. Thank you. Reese has been examining the AC adapter in the lab's electrical switchboard for a while, though we stopped her when she tried to disassemble them. I need my power! It's early morning and she still shows no signs of leaving. Where is she staying anyway? She's been in Japan for 1 or 2 months, and she did say she was going back to America this month. The trains aren't running this late, so I guess she might not be able to leave even if she wants to. In that case, why didn't she leave before the train stopped? Don't tell me she plans to stay. No girls have ever stayed at the lab. Mayuri has a curfew, so she always goes back home to Ikebukuro. Garu and I frequently stay here, though. It's not an exaggeration to say we live here half the time. Maybe it's normal for American girls to stay overnight in labs. Christina, is it okay for you to stay here this late? Perhaps you should contact your family. No, no need. What? Your parents let you do whatever you want? Carissa turns to me and sighs. I haven't seen my father in 7 years. My mother is in America. I'm living in a hotel right now. Understand? No. What? Living in a hotel? Well, true, renting an apartment for just a month is absurd, but... You damn celebrity! If you're American, then you should at least use a motel instead of a hotel, right? I'm not American, and there aren't any motels in the heart of Tokyo. What sort of hotel? What do you mean? It's a normal hotel in Ochanomizu. Ochanomizu? Then you can walk there from here, can't you? Sure. I see, so that's why she's so flexible with her schedule. I finally understand. So, tell me about your father. Sorry? You said you haven't seen him in 7 years. Why do you care about my father? You're the one who mentioned him. Isn't that basically a hidden message saying, please give me some advice about my father, please? You're crazy. You are my assistant, and I can't let my assistant have any worries, so tell me everything that's on your mind. Carissa pouts and says no more. Instead, she glares at the circuit box on the wall. What's wrong? I have nothing to say to you. Oh, I know. Your father was a hero, but then he fell to evil, and now he wears a black mask and cape and goes, cool. Right? In the future, you two are destined to fight, and... I think I heard Carissa's teeth grind. You're really mad at me, aren't you? Don't make fun. Carissa doesn't look at me in the eye, but her low voice tells me how mad she is. People's family issues like that. You're trampling on my heart. Could her father's situation be a landmine? Maybe I should apologize. I try to think of the words, but before I can say anything... There's war cries echo through the lab. Did you get it?
Mission complete.
Mission complete. Daru shows his white teeth in a wide grin as he gives a thumbs up. There we go, Daru. You got the server admin's ID and password. And now I can skip text whenever I feel like it. And now we can beep as much as we want. And the IBM 5100 database. That's separate, Doc. The server admin's unrelated. I mean, it's a database with normally unreadable code, so there's a limit on who can access it. Doesn't look like even the lab director can access it. Our position's higher than that. There's something called the CERN Executive Council. So they call it a council, huh? What about it? It's a fitting name for our enemy. Carissa looks at me coldly. Whatever, let's leave the IBM 5100 database for another day. Run a search for data on time travel research. Okie dokie. That Z program we saw last time was suspicious, wasn't it? That and that Jellyman's report. We couldn't get concrete information on either before. Carissa stares holes into the monitor. Her angry expression has disappeared. Look carefully, and burn into your eyes. The proof of CERN's actions. A deceit upon the world. Oh yeah, they found the LHC project supervisor. The supervisor? That's a pretty important post. Right now, we're peeking inside his computer. Z program. Z obviously stands for jelly. Zeri. Jelly starts with J. Jelly. Careless mistake. So uncool. Thank you, Daru. Ahem. What I meant to say is that there's no way it would have such a simple name. The name's hiding something important. There has to be a double meaning. Daru, who's been searching through the log, suddenly stops. Got it. He displays a graphic on the monitor. It looks like a scan of a very old paper document. The letterhead reads Z program top secret. Program began in 1973. When was CERN formed? 1954. I asked Daru, but Kurisu answers instead, her tone flat. I thought that maybe CERN was formed with the Z program in mind, but 54 means my guess was off. When was the IBM 5100 put on market? 1975. So maybe that's why the IBM 5100 was central to CERN's operations. Years match, after all. Okay. No, that's wrong. Can't be something as stupidly simple as that. There has to be a worldwide conspiracy involved. Maybe IBM hid their proprietary programming language in the IBM 5100 for the sole purpose of its use in CERN's Z program. IBM and CERN are co-conspirators. Both of them are being manipulated from the shadows by an even larger organization. Yeah, that's way more interesting. JPEG? Come on, I can't copy-paste this. Daru mutters some complaint. The text isn't in French. What's on screen right now looks like English. Actually, there's French, Dutch, and German versions too. The content looks the same though. CERN's purpose is heading into the 21st century shall be to establish control over space and time, thereby to enable the destruction of extant history and the creation of an everlasting utopia. Ruled by the committee that encompasses the entirety of past and future events. Kurisu suddenly starts speaking at a stilted clip. Oh, right. Maki says she can do English. Oh, right. Maki says she can do English. Way to go, assistant. Her study abroad in America was all for the sake of today, wasn't it? Of course not. Stop assigning people roles in your fancy world. Daru relinquishes his chair, allowing Kurisu to sit in front of the computer. In order to maintain this project's secrecy and allow its name to remain relevant in changing circumstances, we designate the Z program. Z, like in the Greek Omega or the Cyrillic Ya, is forbidden to assign any meaning to this name or to seek in its significance beyond the project itself. Negative returns are predicted should this edict be violated. Destroying the history based on the rule of the time-space and achieving a complete utopia by a committee including the future from past. Z program is a top-secret project spanning international borders. Like electromagnetic wave research, it has been approved for top priority funding by the Committee of 300. Henceforth, all other research performed by CERN shall function to keep the Z program's existence secret. I guess Carice is reading the preface at the document. It's getting rather dull. Is there anything specific about what exactly the Z program is? Daru types on the keyboard from the side, bringing up another window. Ah, here. This can't be. Kurisu bends forward and stares wide-eyed at the words on the screen. What is it? The purpose of the Z program is to perform time-space displacement experiments by means of high-energy proton collisions. Time-space displacement experiments. In other words, Time travel. I have to struggle to keep from shouting. I quickly run over to the window and close it. It might make it might make it hotter inside, but it would be worse if people outside overheard us. No way. It was true. You're telling me that they've been deceiving the world for nearly 40 years. Just as I suspected. A great shadow lurks behind CERN, most likely the organization or one of its puppets. What organization you tuning me out, nut job? At least try to be serious some of the time. Don't be ridiculous. My words are always grounded in truth. Anyway, shouldn't it be the committee instead of the organization? That's what it says here. The Committee of 300. I don't think that means CERN's Executive Council. What are they talking about? Interesting. The Unseen Masters, a secret organization rumored to manipulate the world behind the scenes. Some believe that the many secret societies spoken of by conspiracy theorists are all merely puppets of the Committee of 300. One theory states that the Committee of 300's ultimate goal is to establish a one-world government. With the exception of the elites, the world's population will be reduced to 1 billion, and that remaining 1 billion will be enslaved. That's horrifying. Nice. The world's full of lies. It's not as beautiful as you think. Listen, Ocarine. I am listening. The Committee of 300 is a dark power that controls every secret society, every government, every multinational corporation. You're making things up again. It's the truth. Google it if you don't believe me. Until now, the human race, for all of its accomplishments, has never been able to overcome the barrier called time. The technology of time travel, which can break through that barrier, will change the course of human history, literally. As it was when we split the atom, this forbidden fruit has potential to grant us godlike power. Not a man exists who can resist its temptation. And naturally, all those with power will use any means at their disposal to obtain it. Human morality is not but a joke to those who would stand up with the gods. Understand, Christine? Wow, that's quite a speech. Since you seem to know so much about it, does that mean you're aiming for godhood too? What human Kyoma desires is the destruction of all who would call themselves God, the collapse of their hateful system in a glorious new age of chaos. Oh dear. I'm not asking human, I'm asking Okabe. I am Huey. In other words, you don't have your own reason. Damn you, assistant. How dare you attack my very identity? Forget about him, Makiseshi. Please keep reading. Daru, what do you mean forget about me? I'm tired of listening to conspiracy theories. I'm more interested in Z program than in your delusions. I told you, they're not delusions. They're not theories. But Daru does have a point. Our top priority now is to expose the dark side of the international research organization known as CERN. Continue, assistant. At least show respect when you're asking a favor. Though huffing out complaints, Kurisu obediently goes back to translating. Stage 1. Construction and implementation of the Large Hadron Collider. Collider. A device that accelerates charged particles in order to research the reactions that result when such particles collide. The type of particle accelerated also determines the name of the equipment. In recent years, most high-energy accelerators have been in synchrotrons, ring types. Ring-type accelerators are very expensive to build, but they can perform the most effective experiments. The reason for the ring shape is that charged particles can be sent through an electromagnetic field to bend their trajectory through the Lorentz force. The world's largest synchrotrons, other than the CERN's LHC, are located in the US, the UK, and Japan. Okay. There's a lot of stuff. Over the past half-century, beginning with the proton synchrotron completed in 1959, particle accelerator technology has reached the point where standardized results may be obtained. Stage 2. Implementation and testing of lifter technology. Formation of more than 2 artificial localized singularities, as well as the formation of Kerr black holes, will become possible when the stage is complete. In order to hide the program's true goal, it is necessary to intentionally leak information regarding the formation of black holes. Stage 3. Animal experimentation. Stage 4. Kurisu stops talking. She takes a deep breath, then finally mutters angrily. Human experimentation. Oh dear. Real? A chill runs up my spine. I admit it, some part of me still saw this as a game. I was elated to discover that an institution as respected as CERN was actually doing time travel research. After all, we ourselves have succeeded, whether by chance or design, in producing our own time travel phenomenon. I thought that maybe we could beat CERN to the first functional time machine design. And wouldn't that be something? But now, just like I said to Kurisu, the world is full of lies. Morals are meaningless. Was it really okay for us to get involved in this? Hey, Ocarine, remember when we hacked in before? I'm pretty sure that email we read said this. Result, error, humans dead, mismatch. For details, see the Jellyman's report. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. When we saw the name Jellyman, we thought it was a name. But that's not a name, is it? Jellyman's not like somebody's like last name or something. It's not like some sort of weird last name or first name somebody has. That's like the title of the report. It's the same as it's probably the same thing that happened with the bananas, isn't it? The guy got turned into some sort of gel. Oh god. What the hell? Okay, it's only taken a very dark turn. Because now we have confirmation, I think, that someone may have just been turned into jelly. Someone died. Did that have something to do with human experimentation? My throat goes dry. Cold sweat seeps through my brow, and it's not because of the heat. Kurisu and Dara are waiting for me to speak. Are they entrusting the decision to me? I asked myself, is this really okay? Are you sure? I feel like I need a save here. There's no turning back. True. Can I live with myself if I ignore this conspiracy? Daru, look up the Jellyman's report. Really? Really? First, Christina. Huh? You should leave. Why are you suddenly... The Jellyman's report, it just gives me a bad feeling. Once we see it, we can no longer return to our normal lives. You're a genius. You're already published, for crying out loud. There's no need to throw away your promising future. Are you worried about me? Of course I am. You're my assistant after all. I keep telling you, I'm not your assistant. Thanks for your concern, but I'm not leaving. We need to expose this truth to the world. No, it's too dangerous. You chickening out? We're powerless against this conspiracy. One wrong move and they'll have us erased. But still, this isn't a game. I'm not joking here. Fine. I won't tell anyone. Though her expressions show she still doesn't agree, she finally submits. But I'm not leaving. It'll keep me awake at night. You won't regret this. I won't. She declares firmly. I don't know if it's her competitive spirit or if it's her bravery, or if she's just ignorant to the ways of the world. It doesn't look like I can persuade her to back down. Yeah, this feels like this feels... Again, I'm getting that feeling again. It's like... I'm looking into the abyss, and the abyss is staring back at me, and can feel my sanity drain the longer I stand here, staring back at it. What about you, Daru? Prepared? Well, I am a super hacker. He's comfortable even in this situation. And with my skills, we'll never know we were here there. That tells it. It's good that Mayuri's not here. I can't get her involved. I look Daru and Karisu in the eye. Alright. Let's begin. Karisu gets the seat to Daru. Henceforth, this shall be known as Operation Legon's Chest. In Norse mythology, the gigantic chest protected by 9 locks that contains the cursed sword Leviathan. Interesting. Why Norse mythology? Is that Norse mythology? Because it's cool, I guess. Anyway, what is it with men in military terms? Daru, begin the operation. He soon finds the Jellyman's rapport. It required a second password authentication, which Daru broke through easily. Ready? I'm opening it. Daru looks at me and Karisu. This feels... I wet my parched lips and nod. The air in the lab suddenly seems thicker. Unable to escape through the closed window, it surrounds us with an oppressive heat. Alright. Daru wipes the sweat off his forehead and with a handkerchief, and then timidly presses the enter key. The file opens. At first glance, it looks like a resume. There's a photograph on the top right. The top left has a name, age, height, weight, and other information. In the center is a long string of English text. Underneath that, there's something attached, like a scan of a newspaper clipping with a black and white photo. And then I know exactly what the Jellyman and Jellyman's report means. Oh my... Okay, don't like that. Nope. I see that photo and that's horrifying. Jellyman's report 10. Subject, James McCarthy, age 31, American. C program stage age 4. Day of experiment 2005 of January 28th. T1305. Hang on, I need help. Isn't there a way to A man in wall appears in New York. The identity of a man from whom a man who made the right side of the body buried on the wall in the building in New York 14 and was dead was discovered and is uncertain on April 3rd, 1921. The whole body melts and has jellied. There's a reason made a man from who right side body buried in the wall. That's horrifying. Teresa bends over Daru's shoulder, reading the contents out loud. Results, error. Human is dead. Mismatch. That again. It is believed that due to infinite compression by supergravity, the subject could not endure passage through the singularity inside the Kerr black hole. April 3rd, 1921, New York City. An unidentified man was discovered dead in an alley off Union Square. The right half of his body was embedded in a nearby wall. Sounds like Karisu was reading the newspaper article at the end. The man's body was completely jellified. Yep, it's the same as what happened to Banana, so that indeed can happen to a human. And it did. Oh, I don't need a zoom in. Butterfly effects divergence. The ticking of the clock is like a hammer inside my head. Okay. It's getting scary now. It's past 2 a.m. The window is closed, and the lab is silent but for the humming of the computer. We stare at the gruesome image displayed on the monitor. Speechless. I was right. We're in too deep. I half expect guys in black suits and sunglasses to kick down the door and drag us off to a secret military prison. Better make sure the door's locked. What's going on here? Dara breaks the silence with a disbelieving whisper. They jellified someone. Upon hearing the familiar word jellified, I reflexively look at the bunch of bananas placed next to the computer. There's only one banana left. We didn't have a single successful experiment today, so none of them were jellified. But I don't think this is a mere coincidence. The jellified bananas produced by the foam wave named such change, and the jellified corpses produced by CERN's experiments. They seem identical in nature. They're experimenting on people. Kurisu speaks calmly despite her grim expression. Yeah. She doesn't even avert her eyes from the gruesome image. And this means they've created a time machine, doesn't it? Even if it's not perfect. I'm still in shock, so I don't quite grasp the meaning of Kurisu's words. This New York Times article is from 1921. 90 years ago. Look, Kurisu points to part of the black and white photograph, her fingers shaking slightly. The jellified corpse of a man. She's pointing to his shoulder, which has writing on it. Perhaps it was printed on his clothes. It's fused to his jellified body, but you can somehow manage to read it. It says CERN 213542. CERN. God. So, CERN used the LHC to send someone back to 1921? Looks like they failed to keep him alive. Though. Is this the only report? No, there's more. It looks like 14 people in total. More jellymen? That means more jellified people. More victims of human experimentation. I swallow hard. I'm awfully thirsty. I take a cold Dr. P out of the fridge and wet my throat. Show me the others. Daru pulls up another report. Without being told to, Kurisu begins translating out loud. This has suddenly became horrifying. Jellyman's Report 9. Subject, Dan Straysky, age 26, Canadian. Z Program M4, Dave Experiment 2004 96. T1410. Result, error. Human is dead. Mismatch. The newspaper clipping. I think it's in French. I can't read it. You can read the date though. January 31st, 2001. The location is Pau, France, I guess. 2001. That's fairly recent. A pretty big difference from James McCarthy, who jumped nearly 90 years back to 1921. Dark calls up a machine translation, giving us the following. January 31st, 2001. Collapsed male corpse found in forest outside Pau, France. His left foot was fused to a tree trunk, and the body had jellified. Now goes to the next report. Jellyman's Report 8. Subject, Linda Hill, age 25, British. Z Program 4, date of experiment 2004, February 15th. Time 13:45. Results, error. Human is dead. Mismatch. October 2nd, 1972. The jellified body of a woman was discovered on the streets of Dharmapuri in Tamil Nadu, India. There were signs that the body had been run over by a car. Now it goes to the next page. Jellyman's Report 7. Subject Michael Lang, age 33, German. Z Program 4, Date Experiment 2002, October 8th, time 13:28. Results, error. Human is dead. Mismatch. The article clipping is written in Japanese. Looks like a pre-war newspaper. May 24th, 1936. The corpse of what is believed to be a jellified human was discovered at the base of Mount Hei in Kyoto. It was in a damaged state, possibly from having slid down the slope. It even happened in Japan. I've never heard of this story before. It was pre-war though, so I guess someone born in the 90s like me would have had no way of knowing about it. Next page. The picture shows a beach, beautiful but for the jellyfish-like body lying on the sand. Must have washed ashore. Jellyman's Report 6. Subject Mark Hughes, age 30, American. Z Program 4, Day of Experiment 2002, time 12:52. Results, error. Human is dead. Mismatch. On July 1st, 1985, a strange body was washed ashore on the coast of Stramoy, Faroe Islands. It appeared to be the body of an adult male, but its flesh was soft like that of a jellyfish. Some of the island's inhabitants believed that it was the body of a merman. The inscription CERN was found near the body's shoulder, but CERN denies any involvement. Keep looking. I've seen enough. There are 14 of these people. The sites are spread throughout the world. What can we deduce from this? They must have sent them to those places. I don't think so. It's too random. There was something about Care black holes and gravity, right? Isn't that the cause? I don't know. It's believed that due to infinite compression by supergravity, the subject cannot endure passage through the Care black hole's singularity. That's what it said. Why would they go to those specific places then? I'm wondering if it has to be some kind of like point of origin, like with the bananas. They went back on the stem, right? So did those people go back to a certain place that they've been to before? What's a Care black hole? Is it different from a regular black hole? It's a theoretical black hole with a rotating singularity. Their existence hasn't been proven yet. Not that there's any way to prove one exists. Care black hole. Where have I heard that term before? That's right. It's on Tidor. Tidor said his time machine used Care black holes. According to Tidor, CERN finished their time machine in 2034, then Tidor himself came from 2036. It makes sense for Tidor and CERN to be using the same time travel technology. Karisu closes her eyes deep in thought. Creating Care black holes. That's insane. If you screw up, it could swallow the Earth. And besides, Care black holes are just a theoretical construct. If Tidor's prediction are a reality, then that means the LHC worst case scenario video on YouTube was right. Popular video sharing website. I don't know Tidor's predictions, but I've seen the prom video before. It was on the news 2 or 3 years ago. A CG mock-up of an LHC-generated mini black hole swallowing up the Earth went viral when it was uploaded to YouTube. The gravitational forces inside the black hole are unbelievably powerful. It's certainly possible that passing through one could allow time displacement, but there's no way a human could do that and come out alive. In that case, it seems like the jellification occurs because of going through the black hole. They don't come out alive, they become jellified from it. That must be how these people got jellified. It wouldn't be just jellify you. It would tear you apart, or particle from particle. That's what a black hole does. Before we discuss this, shouldn't we look through the rest of their time machine research? Dara's already started pulling up new documents. Oh boy. I'm suddenly afraid. Is it okay to keep hacking CERN like this? Should I stop him? I'm the one who asked him to do it, but things have gotten serious now. At the same time, an irresistible curiosity wells up within me. Time travel is becoming a reality. I want to know that it's true. I can't stop now. Here we go. There's a file in the Z program that explains time travel theory. That's pretty easy to find. CERN should have better security. This security's fine. I'm just too good. Dara is my favorite right arm. I thought he was your super hacker. Hacker! Oh lord. So, what does it say, Christina? This is in English too, so I have no choice but to rely on my assistant. Can you give me some time to read it? Grease's eyes dart left and right across the lines. Her earlier reluctance has vanished. Looks like she's as curious as I am. No way. But this is... Is Tighter really... What are you muttering about? Tell me what it says. Oh, right. You know, this feels like one big joke. What do you mean? It's almost the same. The same as Tighter's theory. Basically, the LHC smashes protons together at 99.9999991%, the speed of light. By doing so, they compress the mass of 10 to the negative 24th kilograms into the extremely tiny space of 10 to the negative 19th, whatever that is. In Japanese, please, 3 lines max. A small mass. Thrust into a narrow space. With great force. That explanation's too vague. Also, I get the strangest of feelings. No. 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 Huh? What part is it wrong? Kurisu. Is she a pervert? Sounds like you have a pretty good imagination yourself. I'm not like you. Her blushing cheeks make her denial less than effective. Don't listen to this fool, Christina. Continue. What were we talking about? Thrusting with great force. Proton compression. Right. Successful compression generates a microsingularity, which... A microsingularity? Not a mini black hole. Same thing, essentially. A singularity is the core of a black hole. This process generates a black hole with 2 microsingularities. A black hole with 2 cores. Like a cowlick with 2 hairs. No, I don't think that's it. Explain with cute girls. Fine, say there are 2 cute girls, Mi-chan and Kro-chan. Sisters are moe. By being Mi-chan and Kro-chan electrons, you can make them do whatever you want. Electric shock torture? This is some sort of a roge? And, yep, that's what I about expected. So you force them to rotate at an extremely high velocity. And then, theoretically, Mi-chan and Kro-chan transform into magical girl ring singularity. Use stock transformation scene. Got it. First, the transformation scene was an engineer of the magical oral anime. Since transformation scenes are used in nearly every episode, the animation is done independently in advance. As a result, the production quality is often higher than that of the rest of the anime. Thank you, game. Well, it looks like these two have found a common wavelength. Thank you. The resulting black hole exhibits what's called the Kerr effect. What are Kerr black holes anyway? You said they spin, but what does that mean? Exactly what it sounds like. But don't black holes usually spin? I mean, there's a whirlpool around the hole, right? The part that looks like it's spinning is just the surrounding matter being sucked into the black hole. A black hole is just a point where extreme mass causes as gravitational collapse. Everything falls towards it. Since it's only a point, it doesn't spin. A Kerr black hole has a ring to its center, not a point. Think of it like this. Once transformed into magic girls, Mike-chan and Kro-chan's hearts spin like a ring inside their bodies, which is impossible for normal people. I'll pass on the Guru. Before, you said that such a black hole's existence would be impossible to prove. What did you mean? A black hole is has what's called an event horizon. Also known as the Schwarzschild surface, in a black hole there exists a point beyond which even light can no longer escape the black hole's immense gravity. This boundary is called the event horizon because light and other electromagnetic waves are responsible for conveying information. Nothing that occurs within the event horizon can be observed from the outside. The center of a black hole is black because no light can escape it. Once you pass the event horizon, time and space switch places. Oh, cool. That sounds horrifying. Time and space switch places. Right now, we can move freely through space and time, and into the future. But we can't move even 1 minute into the past. That becomes reversed. So you no longer become able to move through space freely, but you can move through time freely. On the other side of the event horizon, moving freely through space becomes impossible, while moving freely through time becomes possible. Interesting. So it's literally like switching controls from space to time. Can't even imagine what that's like. Since unrestricted spatial movement is impossible, you can never escape a black hole. For example, if Okabe jumped into a black hole, time for him would stretch to infinity. Since light cannot escape, human eyes cannot see the other side of the event horizon. Observing a black hole from the outside is impossible, so nothing outside about the inside can be proven. There is an exception, however. The exception is vital when you use a Kerr black hole for time travel. Get to the point. The Kerr black hole spring singularity. Since it's spinning, it has angular momentum. Like I said, in Japanese, please. Didn't I already explain how the core spin? Just think of it that as having momentum. If you keep giving Mike-chan and Kro-chan electrons, they'll rotate faster and faster. When their angular momentum exceeds a certain threshold, the event horizon will disappear and the singularity will become a naked singularity. A singularity in which is usually concealed by its event horizon, which renders the observation impossible. A naked singularity is a singularity whose event horizon has been removed. It can therefore be observed and even traveled through. The existence of naked singularities is purely theoretical. So it's like removing a veil. No way. Okay. This is getting deep, it feels like. Holy moly. Naked? You mean the magic girl's cause? No, stop it. Chris and I ignore Daro's nonsense. As we should. Also, what? Interesting. That's another, thing that I just realized. If I use the scroll wheel, I can just instantly pull up the backlog. Ugh. Blaglog. Naked, you mean it becomes observable. When the event horizon disappears, there's no more reason for time and space to change places, meaning that you can enter a naked singularity without being trapped. And then the existence of the naked singularity allows the principle of causality to be violated and the general theory of relativity to fail. The laws of physics are broken. So you've genuinely broken reality. Can such a thing exist? The negation of the theory of relativity and the principle of causality means serious paradoxes can occur. Didn't Kurisu say that earlier? Nothing in principle stops killer black holes from existing. It seems inconsistent. The math never lies. Since the principle of causality fails, it would be possible to travel to the past by entering a naked singularity. John Titor said the same thing, so Titor's time machine is using CERN's technology. Titor's time machine was compact, small enough to fit into a car. The LHC is 27 kilometers long, but they managed to get it down to a travel size in just about 24 years. One thing I don't understand is how they inject electrons into the singularity. Look, this is a picture of the LHC, but there's strange equipment installed at the proton collision site. It looks like they call it a lifter, but just what is it? It lifts? Daru, have you heard of it? Lifter. I think I saw that in the Z program files. Wanna Google it? Daru opens up a browser window and enters lifter into a search engine. We got it. We got hits. About 422,000 results. That many? I guess it's not a secret. Could this be it? Ionocraft. Ions are charged particles. That means matches. That's the meaning matches. We click on a link that says Ionocraft Lifter. It takes us to a video. It looks like some dim garage. It doesn't seem like anything secretive, just a garage like you'd see in an average American home. At the center of the screen is a triangular shape made of some kind of metal. Looks about 10 centimeters high and about 30 centimeters wide. It's connected to some sort of generator by thin wire. Looks like some really cheap equipment. That's all there is. Nothing else. After explaining something in some language I don't understand, Russian maybe, the person filming the video slowly turns the power on. And then it's floating. The silvery triangle floats soundlessly into the air. And then it remains stationary. That's an anti-gravity device. Don't be ridiculous. That would be a breakthrough of the century. It's called an ionocraft, so it probably has something to do with electrons in charged air. Racer doesn't sound as confident as she usually does. We look up information on the ionocraft lifter. Lots of sites have detailed instructions on how to make lifters, but I don't know how they work since the sites all give conflicting theories. CERN is using this lifter technology. It's a vital component of their time machine. If they can manipulate a microsingularity's mass and gravitational field, these things really are anti-gravity devices. Well, under those exact conditions, I guess you might not be entirely wrong. Incredible! My curiosity is growing more by the second. But it looks like CERN's having trouble adjusting their lifter. They don't have full control over the microsingularity's gravity, so they can't make a true naked singularity. That must be the reason why the subjects turned into jellymen. Kurisu nods. So it's because they can't get control of one part of the device that it basically throws everything out of whack, and as a result, time travel turns into jellification travel. Great! Since the singularity is still closed, the subject is crushed by its tremendous gravity. As a result, substances become fractalized. Let's go with that hypothesis. Of course, there's no way to be sure that it's right. It might take months to prove. Kurisu shrugs her shoulders in resignation. So CERN's lifter is still incomplete. If Titor is telling the truth, then CERN won't be able to complete their time machine for another 24 years. If we can complete the phone wave name subject change first, then we'll have outwitted CERN. We don't have half the equipment or funding CERN does. What makes you think we can solve a problem that they can't? This isn't that simple. CERN still hasn't figured out how to set the subject's destination in time or space. That should be evident and by how scattered the jellyman discoveries were. We don't even know if this is all of them. There could be jellymen buried underground or floating in space. Actually, I'm almost certain there are. There's no point traveling through time if you end up in tens of thousands of kilometers away from the Earth. It's not practical at all. Hyder said he had a variable gravity lock system. He can use that to lock onto the Earth's gravity and ensure he arrives somewhere on the planet's surface. Hyder's explanation on that point was vague. He mentioned having such a device, but he didn't explain how it worked. But if you're only moving through time, won't you just arrive in the same location? Of course not. Why not? Because the Earth is always moving. So it spins. What the? Right, rotation and revolution. Not that. Ferris. Hey, Bob Phantasm's debut single. It's the theme song for Riding at Kakadu, so it's really popular. Ferris bought 5 copies. It's my duty as the Riding at her. Anyway, there's an important secret hidden in the Phantasm song. The key to unlocking it is, oops, the bell's ringing. Looks like someone's here. Better see who it is. That band's vocalist, I feel a strong resonance from her. This isn't our part of Operation Stupidify Humanity. Explain. I'm aware that they are said to contain directions to the sanctuary, as well as the prophecies regarding the end of the world. Isn't that right? I'm going with this one. Alright, apologies. Catwoman was trying to be insane with me. Anyways. The Earth's rotational velocity is about 1,650 kilometers per hour. Its orbital velocity around the Sun is about 114,000 kilometers per hour. Meaning 1 hour ago, we were that far away from where we are now. Whoa! When you think about it like that, we're shatteringly fast. And that's not all. The solar system is part of the Milky Way, and the Milky Way spins like a giant whirlpool. There are various theories, but basically the Earth moves at about 5 million kilometers a day. How could she roll all those numbers so smoothly off her tongue? I get that she's a genius, but it's hardly common knowledge. Has she been doing research on the topic? We've kinda gone to a ludicrous scale. By the way, the Milky Way is part of a large cluster of galaxies, which itself is a part of an even larger supercluster. And these clusters and superclusters might be moving too. If that's the case, we're moving even more than 50 million kilometers a day. The point is that setting the destination would require insane calculations, even if you only want to travel 1 second into the past. Doing it by hand is impossible, and it might take years for a supercomputer to come up with a solution, just to get you to the same location. Then, we have no choice. We need to find Tidor and borrow his variable gravity system. Great idea. Go for it. I wonder how CERN is dealing with this problem. After blowing me off, Karisu goes back to reading CERN's documents. Dara and I aren't good with English, so there's nothing we can do but let her work. Well then. A lot of crap. Dawn breaks. We stayed up all night again. Fighting drowsiness, I refill my mug with instant coffee. I've already lost count of how many I've had. Okabe. Karisu hands her mug to me without looking away from the computer. Yeah, she expects me to refill it. Since when did I become her maid? She should ask Mayuri for the stuff like this. Mayuri's a professional maid, after all. That said, Karisu's the one reading CERN's documents right now. Dara and I can manage if we use a translation software, but we're nowhere near as efficient as she is. While it's not exactly what I had in mind when I said I wanted to borrow her knowledge, it just goes to show that I was right to make her a lab man. She's an asset to the lab. For now, I at least should try not to upset her. I silently take the mug from Karisu, dump in the powdered coffee, and pour in hot water from the pot. 2 packets of sugar, no milk. Karisu's already requested the same way 5 times today. I mix it well and bring it over to Karisu. She doesn't immediately realize I'm standing behind her, so I hold the mug in front of her face. Karisu takes it without turning. Thanks. Her eyes never leave the screen. She's completely absorbed in CERN's research. Even though she was adamant when she called them traitors to scientists everywhere, she's not above picking their brains. I understand how she feels. I'm itching to know more myself. Rockstar, thank you for the follow. Oh. Or, sorry for... Or, thank you for the raid. Just playing through, Steins right now. Oh. Dara's fast asleep on the sofa. Snoring is quite loud. Furthermore, it sounds like he has sleep apnea. Steins stream, let's go. It's been a lot of fun so far. It's been really interesting. I'm surprised Karisu has been able to ignore it. Is she just that focused? I decided to watch some TV. As always, the news channels are all covering the Roddy-Con satellite crash. Favorite visual novel or anime ever, it's so good. Yeah, I'm probably going to be trying to play through all the games. I have like the 3 main games, I think, of the series, so I'll try and play through those trying to think of playing through all those eventually. So far, though, I really like it. 5 days have passed since the satellite crash, and with the start of summer vacation season, crowds are gathering to get a glimpse of the satellite, which has still not been removed. I came from Nagoya. Okay, outside in robotics note. I remember having these games called, it was like Steins Gate 0, I think. I'd have to look back at the games. I just know that there are like 3 games that I got that part of the 2 main Steins Gate game. In that case, I don't know what I bought. I'll have to check. I have other stuff, so. Can't remember right off the top of my head right now. Oh, I'll have to check later, though.
It came from Nagoya. Oh yeah, I want to see it.
I drove all the way from Saitama. It's amazing. Where'd that thing come from?
Yay! I'm a high schooler from Chiba.
Zero, which is a sequel, and then Elite, which is anime AI, is a remake of the original. A couple spin-offs which aren't canon but still good. I do know of Zero. Oh, thank you, Rockstars. Try to do my best with it. I do have Zero I recognize, and Elite is I recognize as well. Those are the other 2 that I know I have, sorry. And thank you for the follow, Rockstars. Hope you enjoy streams. Games. But yeah, I remember I'll definitely be doing Zero, and if Elite is an anime version or a remake, I'll see, I'll consider it. If it's a remake, then if it's a lot of the same, then I'm not sure. I'll have to look more into it, but ideally I would like to. But we still have to get through the first game before I can really consider much else, I'd say. So, I got time to think on that. Tourists from all over Japan are flocking to this location. In an interview earlier today, Michael Bryan, spokesman for NASA, stated that no satellite has crashed in Japan, and that the crashed object was, in fact, not even a satellite. Right. Middle ground between this visual novel and anime, it does seem worth it, to be honest, but feel free if you still want to check it out. I might check it out. Worst comes to worst, maybe I'll check it out on my own time, and if I feel it's worthy enough, I'll play on stream, but at the very least, I know for a fact I'll go through this and Zero. Oh. And again, maybe I'll check out Elite in my own time, and if I find it worthy, I'll do it. Is it really under investigation? This could be another plot by the organization. Mayuri!
Good morning. Oh, wait. Should I say good afternoon?
Door unlocks from outside and Mayuri comes in. Hi, Mayuri. She has a convenience store bag in hand. I have not watched the anime. I don't usually watch the anime stuff. I actually didn't honestly know that there was an anime. I just know that I saw this game on a sale and got it because it sounded pretty interesting. There are various food items inside, but it doesn't look like they're for us. Well, thank you. Oh, again, I've been loving it so far. I'm really curious to see where it all goes from here.
Whoa, the air is so thick in here.
Oh. 3 of us probably look pretty haggard since we stayed up all night. Who do we got? Part-time warrior. So hungry I had to skip breakfast again today. I don't have money on hand. Are there any good places to find insects or weeds around here? And get by using my survival skills if I have to. Are you eating weeds? Are you eating insects? Kind of do you eat insects, or... I'm a bit curious. You eat insects? Hardcore. Well, have fun with insect munching, I guess. Or for you. It's hard to put on a bright smile now that I know about CERN.
Home for Sierra.
Mayuri opens the window wide. The sky is so blue it hurts my eyes. Large clouds listlessly drift on the wind. It truly is a refreshing sight. Mayuri's appearance makes Daru get up with a grimace. Karisu finally moves away from the computer, sipping her hot coffee while rubbing her eyes. Everyone's just haggard. I glance at the clock, then go to the center of the room and call for attention. Since all lab members are present and accounted for, this is the perfect opportunity to hold another roundtable conference.
Roundabout a confluence?
What's that? A meeting of lab mems. Have we ever done that before? Do we even have a round table? We have a square one. Square table conference doesn't roll off the tongue quite as well as round table. Not physically. However, it exists in the hearts of all lab mems. Am I mistaken? Yes, you're mistaken. Don't go sticking things in people's hearts. I'm not impaling you with a table.
There one in Mayushi too?
Of course there is.
Oh, that's good. But what's a round table? Roundable.
And why a round table? Why a round table? You King Arthur? The detail... It's only a temporary lab mem anyway. I'm only a temporary lab mem anyway. These people whine about every little thing. The rare appearance of the main character. Anyway, it's roundtable conference. Mayuri wasn't here last night, so first, let's explain the situation to her. I tell Mayuri about everything we discovered in her absence. Imagine just walking in, you see your 3 friends, they all look disheveled from not getting any sleep, and they suddenly one of them calls to you saying like, hey, last night we figured out that a big organization is using time travel and have turned about 14 people into jelly. About how CERN is making a time machine. About jellymen. About how Men in Black might be coming to erase us for what we know.
I told you shouldn't do bad things.
How'd you say? We are bad? Absurd. If we're bad, then CERN is even worse. They aren't satisfied with ruining the world. They want to get their hands on space-time itself. I agree. For some reason, Karisu backs me up. Well, that's a surprise. What CERN is doing is unforgettable. They're traitors to humanity, to society, and to science.
I guess.
She doesn't sound very convinced. I didn't want to get Mayuri involved, but she's surprisingly perceptive. She'd find out even if we kept it a secret, so it's better to just tell her. Mayuri, please don't tell anybody about this. Anyway, Ragnarok can no longer be averted. The final battle with CERN is near. A large part of me is still afraid, but we've come too far to turn back now. We can't unlearn what we know.
Ragnarok?
Norse mythology again?
Christina,
I ordered you to investigate CERN. What have you learned? I don't remember being ordered, but whatever. There are two problems CERN faces with time travel. First is the electron injection device, also known as a lifter. Unless they get it to function properly, they can't make the Kerr black hole singularities naked. If you send a test subject through the singularity in its current state, the supergravity compresses them to a micro level. Naturally, there's no way to survive. Favorite character so far? I kind of I mean, honestly, the main cast, all four of the main cast I kind of like in some way, and aka like, I like Rintaro, I like Mayuri, Kisuru, and Daru. All of them are great. In my opinion, and I don't know, they kind of just really mesh well together to me. It's hard to explain, but it's just like a silly fun group. Oh. If you send a test subject through the singularity in its current state, the supergravity compresses them to the micro level. Naturally, there's no way to survive. Great chemistry, yeah. The second problem is that they can't specify a physical destination. They can't choose where they end up after traveling to the past. That's why I'd say the 14 found jellymen were the lucky ones. Over 100 human experiments have been performed since 2001. The remaining 80 or so people end up somewhere they can't be found.
Why can't they be found?
By the sounds of things, there was the implication that it was because they're either in space or maybe even in the ground. Didn't you know, Mayushi? The world's constantly moving. Its rotational speed is 1,500 kilometers per hour. Its global speed is 114,000 kilometers per hour. Taro's tone is authoritative, but he's just relaying what he heard from Kurisu last night. CERN has been looking for solutions, but it's not going well. So even CERN is having difficulties. Now then, have you learned anything that could help us complete the phone wave name subject change? That, of course, that's the main problem. And yeah, I forgot about it. The main problem is just, why isn't the phone wave working anymore? Kurisu stares at the ceiling in thought. Well, I suppose you could call the LHC the world's largest microwave oven. Of course! In other words, the phone wave name subject change is a miniature LHC. You might be onto something there. I was sure she'd deny it. In fact, I thought she'd yell at me. Instead, she agreed with me. Throws me off a little. However, there are too many things we don't know about the phone wave. Why do the same phenomenon that occur in CERN's time machine also occur in that tiny little microwave? Unlike the LHC, this thing wasn't made for time travel.
It was made to warm Mayushi's chicken.
Well, yeah. Quite the curious mistake. You try and make a way of easily heating up foods, you accidentally create a time machine. Quite the mistake you made there. Since the jellyman phenomenon occurs when the phone wave name subject change, and Mayuri's bananas must be reaching the Kerr black hole's ring singularity. Hate when that happens. I didn't want to make a thing that could change reality. I just wanted food.
It makes the black hole. Here. It won't suck us in, will it?
If it sucked us in, we become jellymen too. Got an air fryer instead. We still haven't figured out the electric discharge phenomenon or the conditions required to cause it. During our experiments earlier, we were only able to send emails to the past during Inga's discharge. Although it hasn't happened again, that discharge phenomenon could very well signify the injection of charge, that is, electrons. And only when it occurs does the path to the singularity open.
放電現象の原因はわからないじゃない。
We don't know the cause of that discharge phenomenon. That's what we need to find out.
そもそも過
In
去
the
へ
first
送れ
place,
るメ
the
ールは
emails we're
デジ
sending
タ
to
ル
the
デー
past
タ
are
であって
digital data,
物体
not
じゃない
physical
わ。
objects.
そ
That's
こ
a
がセル
definite
のタイムマ
difference
シ
from
ンと
CERN's time
決定
machine.
的に違っている。
No, we're doing the same thing. Who's to say that digital data can't go through the singularity? I think it would be easier than sending something human-sized.
まあ
Well,
確か
I
に。
suppose that's true.
あのね、
You know, the way you guys talk about email
本物の紙
makes me think about flying a letter into a paper airplane and making it go zoom, you know?
イメージなんだよ。
It's more like a beam of light, like optical digital data. By the way, it's a pain to keep saying email to send to the past. Let's give it a proper name.
またカッコつけ
I got a bad feeling about this. Oh boy, what genius name we coming up with now? What's that supposed to mean? You dare mock healing Hyoma?
どうせへんてこな
You
名
just
前
want
を
to
つ
give
け
it
たい
some
んでしょ
oddball name, don't you? How rude. Heed me. I shall name the phenomenon of email sent to the past as follows. The name shall be
Nostalgia Drive!
Nostalgia Drive.
わかりにくい。却下
Confusing. Rejected. Damn.
助手の分際で却下
Why
でき
you,
る権限があると
you
思っ
just
ている
want
の
to
か
reject my ideas? You're just an assistant.
じゃあ多数決する
Then why don't we take a
ノス
vote?
タルジア
All
ド
in
ライ
favor
ブ
of
に賛
Nostalgia
成の
Drive.
人。
My hand shoots into the air. But nobody follows suit.
裏切ったな誰
Have you forsaken me, Daru? Mayuri?
クリスチャンの言う通りだ
Christian's
と
right.
思う
It's hard for Mayushi to remember.
マユシは
That's the problem.
そんな長い
It's way too Junie, man. Traitors! Fine, then let's hear alternatives. Don't tell me you rejected my idea without having my ideas yourself.
まさか我が
やっぱりわか
I
り
think
や
it
す
needs
さ
to be
重視
something
にすべ
easy
き
to
だと思う
understand. It's
時間を
an
遡っているメ
email
ー
that
ルなん
regresses through
だから
time, so how about retro
そこを
mail?
メールでいいんじゃない
What does retro
どう
mean?
いう意味
Old? Mayuri is busy eating strawberry jelly. That looks like an onigiri to me, but... How can she eat stuff after hearing about Jellyman? Wait! I didn't even think of that. You're eating jelly-like substances after hearing about Pokemon references. Oh my gosh, you're right. It might actually be a Pokemon reference. I didn't even think of that. These jelly-filled donuts. Brock, what are you talking about? Also, eating anything jelly-related after hearing about people who have been turned into jelly. Great.
今のマユリの反応が答えだ
Sounds like you have your answer, Christina. You said it should be easy to understand, but it wasn't easy to understand at all, was it?
ちっとも
それ
But
は
that's
マユリ
because
さん
Mayuri-san is...
Don't be careful with what you say. You might anger her.
あ
Never
なん
mind.
でもない
もしかして今
Are you about to say because Mayuri's done? Rin!
違うよ
No!
Christian, do you think Mayushi's dumb?
バカだ
思ってない
I didn't. I don't. I promise I don't, okay?
誤解しないで
Somehow Kurisu manages to glare at me even while soothing Mayuri. Dang.
時をかけるメールの
I
一
vote.
択だろう
I vote the male who leapt through time. That's a bit long.
少し表現が
That's
硬
too
い
stiff.
な
Hard to say.
言いにくい
オカリンのノスタル
Better
な
than
んと
your
かだって十分
nostalgic.
長いじゃんかそれにこれ
Nostalgic.
は映画のタイトルを
Hold on. Nostalgic this expialid. Okay. Nostalgic this expialidocious nonsense. And mine makes a movie title reference.
ロマンがあればいい
That's
のだ
not
ロ
cool.
マン
It
が
needs to be cool.
そんな理由で却下かよ
Rejecting it for that. Great.
マユシも思いついた
Mayushi has an idea.
Mayushi, your idea can wait for a second. Part-time warrior. If you cook them right, they can taste surprisingly good. I'd first have to get over the idea that I'm eating bugs, of which that is not a reality, I don't think. Ugh, bugs. I mean, more power to you if you eat bugs, but I couldn't. Ugh. Anyways, my...
How about back to the mail? I took a movie title and changed the word back to mail.
I mean, sure.
マユシ
I already
映画の
did
タイ
that,
トルネ
the
タはもう
movie joke,
僕がや
Mayushi.
ったって
Using a guide or just playing it blind. At the moment, I'm just playing it blind. I know that there are multiple endings, but worst comes to worst, if I'm having trouble finding other endings, I can just pull up a guide. But for now, I'll just go with blind, see how I can do from there.
それに意味が微妙に違っ
Besides,
て
I
きて
think
る
the
と思
meaning
う
is a little off. Oh, it's right. Yeah. She probably meant mail to the future, but our emails go to the past. Getting the true ending without a guide is near impossible. Well, alright. In that case, yeah. I have no problem with looking up a guide. It's just for like the first like playthrough, like I imagine like obviously I'll get a ending somehow, so until it gets to the point where like I've found as much as I can without a guide. Once I need that guide, I'll just look it up. But for now, we'll just go blind. She probably meant mail to the future, but our emails go to the past.
It's not about the meaning. I took a movie title and changed the word to mail.
Either way, it's too long.
じゃあデロ
And
リ
now
アンメー
about
ルと
DeLorean mail.
もう何のメールかさっぱ
That
りわから
doesn't
ない。
even say what kind of email it is.
ねえこん
Hey,
な
we
く
don't
だら
have
ないこ
to
とに
have
時
time
間
for
取
this
ってる場合
nonsense.
じ
Let's
ゃな
just
いでし
abbreviate
ょ
to D mail and move on.
もういっそのこと略して D メールにしなさい。
いや、し
But
かしそれ
that's
は
but that's
味気なさす
boring.
ぎるというか。
味気なかろうが味
It
気があろうが
doesn't. I
ど
don't
うで
care.
もいい。
I don't care if it's boring. Boring. Boring? Shut down. Kreese's influence in the lab seems to have grown significantly in these last few days.
じゃあ
Email it
メ
is.
ールに決定します
Mayuri, finished with her jelly, proclaims in satisfaction. Wait, when did Mayuri become the moderator?
でなんで
So
D メー
why
ルみ
does
た
the
いな
D-mail
現象が起き
phenomenon
るの
occur?
リング得意点への
Because the
道が
path through the
開い
ring
ているの
singularity is open. We've been over this
何度も言って
already.
るだろう。
ブラックホールが発
We
生
don't
して
know
い
if
る
there's
のかど
actually
う
a
かは
black
確
hole at
認
work
できてい
here.
ない。
It could be an entirely
単
different
に
phenomenon
セル
that
の
just
タイムマ
happens
シ
to
ンと
resemble
偶然
CERN's
似てるだけで
experiments.
実はまた焦って結論を出すのは危
It's
険
dangerous
よ
to jump to conclusions.
何を言う
Why so timid? Don't you want our time travel experiments to succeed? That's why we put our lives on the line to hack CERN.
今語るべきは
What we need to figure out is how to turn the phone wave name such exchange into a usable time machine.
でもさ
Do you
僕た
really
ちに
think
で
that's
きると
possible?
思うん
できるかどう
There's
かで
no
はない。
think, only do.
何よその精
What,
神論
did you
至上
read
主
that
義
off a
あんた
motivational
って
poster?
無能なトッ
You're
プの
like the
典型
classic
ね
incompetent boss. Damn you! You dare insult the insane mad scientist, Hewing
強
Kyoma?
引強魔に対して何だ。
まあそもそもオカリンは
Well,
別
it's
に
not
トッ
like
プじゃないけ
Okarine's the
ど
boss. Okarine's the boss anyway.
いかにも
Indeed, I am the symbol of this lab, not the
トップで
boss.
はない。
象徴だかなんだ
I
か知ら
don't
な
know
い
what
け
you
ど
mean by symbol, but
どう
how do
や
you
って
plan
電
to
話
turn
レ
the
ンジを
phone
タ
wave
イム
into a
マシ
time
ンとして
machine?
使えるよう
What's
に
that
するか
details?
その具体的な解放を教えてよ
解放か。
My plan? Alright, there's one thing.
一つある。放電現象が起きる
We've been
か起き
thinking
な
that
い
the
かは
electrical discharge happens at random, but I have a hypothesis,
俺
どういうこと
which is I look at my watch. It's past noon.
発生条件の再
Recall the
現
conditions when it occurred. Christina. We experimented through the night with no results, but there's one variable we overlooked, the simplest, most
そして俺
definitive
たちは
variable of all.
最も単すなわち
That is, the time of the
発生時刻
occurrence. I guess that's true. I guess time of day could play a factor.
過去2回の放電現象が
I
起
checked
き
the
た
times of
こと
the
を
two
調べて
previous occurrences.
それによれば
When I accidentally sent the
俺が
first
誰の
D mail
携帯
to
を送った
Daru's
時
phone,
に
it happened between noon and 1 p.m.
そして2回目
Second time, when all four of us
俺た
observed
ち
the
4人
D
全員が
email,
目撃した D
it was
メール
6
は
p.m.
18時つまりその
So
2
if
つ
we
の時
perform
間
the
帯
experiment
で
within
実
that
験
time
をすれ
frame,
ば
we might be able to reproduce the effect.
あるいは最
早速やってみましょう
Let's try right now. Alright, let's see it. Kurisu bolts into the development room, suddenly bursting with enthusiasm. Alright. Time to jellify more food, I guess.
それにしてもこの女子
Well, I'm glad to
ノ
see
リ
she
ノリである
has her priorities straight. Mayuri, I'm sorry, but your bananas... your bananas must be sacrificed once more.
Mayushi's banana supply is getting low. Gotta buy more.
Only one banana remains untouched. Another sacrifice. We got rid of the Jellyfy bananas and then we ate the rest.
ごめんね、まゆりさ
Sorry,
ん。
Mayuri-san.
後で
I'll go
新
buy
しい
you
バ
some
ナ
new
ナ買っ
bananas
てくるか
later.
ら。
Really? Yay! Okarin and Dar can eat my bananas, but they never buy new ones.
Damn. I'll be sure to mend that in the future. A bunch of bananas is a small price to pay in order to bring chaos to the world. Teresa picks the last banana off the stem, leans under the table, and places it inside the microwave.
まずは、ゼ
First,
リーマン
let's
に
see if
な
it'll
る
become
か
a
試して
jelly
みる
man. What'd you do? She tries to get it up and gloriously bangs her head underneath the table. Nice.
ドジっ子アピール
Trying for the clumsy girl appeal?
しとら
It
ん
was an
わ
accident.
Teresa gets up, blushing in embarrassment with tears in her eyes.
このレンジの配置
Put the
なん
microwave
とか
somewhere
しろ
else. It's dangerous and hard to reach like this.
Do you want another hole? Do you want the hole in the floor to get bigger?
床に穴が
It'll
開い
punch through the floor if we put it on the table. Why are you directly behind her?
Christian, Christian. Ping, ping, go away.
Ari pats the back of Karisu's head, then sweeps her hand through the air.
サンクス
Thanks, Mayuri-san.
Karisu pulls herself together, types on her phone, and activates the phone wave name type to change. The banana inside the microwave slowly begins to spin backwards as the timer counts down. Karisu, who is peering into the microwave, suddenly shouts in surprise. The banana has vanished. Alright, so the problem we were having before was time of day. Strange. At the exact same moment, the banana appears on the stem, jellified. The return of the jellified bananas. The jelbanas. Whoa!
It became a Jelvana.
やは
Just
り俺
as
の
I
予想通り
suspected. The critical variable was
時間帯だっ
time.
たな
I was a little anxious about the result, but it all worked out. I outwitted the impertinent genius girl. Now my position as a symbol of the lab is secure.
Way to go, Okabe. That's so simple I didn't notice
あま
it.
りに単純すぎて気づけな
Karisu
かった
says with a slightly sulky expression.
悔しいのか
Your praise does you credit, Christina, but I know you're frustrated you didn't think of it first.
それより
Anyway,
B メー
but
ルを
let's see
再
if we can
現で
send
き
in
る
our
かについて
email.
も確認しないと
Alright, here we go. Karisu ignores my proud laughter and excitedly starts typing out mail. I feel like my authority has been on the decline since that girl showed up. I'm still concerned that we're gonna end up changing. I'm still really concerned that we're gonna end up changing reality and not even noticing it potentially.
もともと
It's cool, man. You never had any to begin with. Thanks, Daru.
いいからそこの男子2
Help me,
人
you
手
two.
伝って
Okabe, I'm sending an email to your phone.
あんたの携帯にメール送る
How
か
did I
ら
become her assistant? I grind my teeth in frustration, but I do as I'm told and insert my phone into the phone wave, name subject changes, slot.
Where are you gonna send Christian?
Mayuri presses up against Karisu and sneaks a peek at Karisu's phone.
別に
It
意
doesn't
味の
matter
あ
what
る
it
文
says.
章
What
である
matters is
必
whether
要
we
は
can
な
send
い
it or not.
送れるか
Let me see. Okabe is an airhead?
待て
Wait!
この女子
User, assistant, what are you
何を打
typing?
ち込んでいる
そうね
You'll see.
Jimmy.
Ready?
Okay,
I'm
wait.
sending it. Oh god. Wait. I'm still scared. What if it changes reality? Or has already set the microwave timer through the X68000. And there's nothing inside, but the microwave still operates. The countdown starts from 120. This is where the timing counts. We know that. We have to open the microwave door during operation, but we still don't know when to send the mail. For now, we'll do them simultaneously. Teresa raised her finger on the phone's send button. I grasp the microwave's door handle, Mayuri seeks cover.
じゃあカウントする
Starting
ぜ
the countdown. The microwave's timer soon indicates a 70.
3
3,
2
2, 1,
0
0. Kurisu presses send. And at nearly the same instant, I open the microwave door. It's happening! It's working! It's working, you guys! Oh god, maybe it's not a good thing that it's working. The lightning crackles in the air. The cushion underneath the foam wave named such chain collapses under the weight. The floor starts creaking. The floor is going to break through again! It's exactly like the discharge phenomenon that occurred before. The discharge lasts for about 10 seconds. After it subsides, we stare at the foam wave, name such change with bated breath. Luckily, it didn't break through the floor. Did it arrive? I disconnect my phone from the foam wave, name such change, and check my mail. Kurisu stands beside me and peers at the screen. Yep. Airhead. Thanks. Okabe is in Airhead. Thanks, Kurisu. There's an email there, to them even, and they're written in English. The timestamps are from 5 days ago. Okay. Kurisu starts laughing when she sees the mail, even though she's the one who wrote it. Thanks, Kurisu! The Okabe in the first one is obviously my name. But what does airhead in the second one mean? My English is shaky, so... Is she saying something my head can... Is she saying my head can fly or something? Whatever. I mean, I don't know what it means, but I do know this. My assistant is making fun of me. Thank you, Kurisu. But that doesn't matter right now.
Christina,
did you send 2 mails? Huh? No, I only sent 1.
1通だけ。
Mayushi saw it too. She really only sent 1.
しかし2通受信して
But I
るけど
received 2. So for some reason, whatever this phenomenon's doing, it's splitting the message. If I remember correctly, did Daru mention 3 messages being sent before when the first incident occurred? I feel like he may have said something like that. Whatever, but regardless, the point is, for some reason, doing this seems to split the messages for some reason.
そうね。
You're right.
一つの文章だった。
I even sent it in 1 sentence, but it got divided.
ちなみにこの文章
By the way, what does this word mean?
自分で調
Why
べ
don't
れ
you
ば
look it up? Okay, she doesn't want an answer.
そういえばさ
That reminds me, the email from Boris Cup made sense too.
途中で切れてそうだ
What's it?
そうそう
Yeah, look at your history. Pretty sure I sent Ocarine to
確
Perv.
かオカリンは変態って送ったはずだお
Perv. Ocarine's a P. Thank you, Daru.
確かにこち
You're
らの
right,
一つに
this one got split too.
何が原因
I
な
wonder
の
what's
かしら。
causing it.
ゼリーマンとか
Maybe it's related to the Jellyman.
Mayushi wants to know why it arrived 5 days ago.
確かに
Good point.
前に送っ
Didn't
た
the last
時
one
も
also
5
arrive 5
日前
days
に
before we
届い
sent
てた
it?
よね。
ああそうだった
Yeah, it did.
なんか
Is there some kind of rule for when it arrives?
Let's try sending more.
Mayuri's right. Now we figured out how to send emails. We should keep experimenting and collect as much data as we can. I feel like for some reason I want to save.
よし
Alright, Lab Mems, battle stations.
全員配置につけ
また始まった。
He's at it again.
これより
Our mission to send as many emails as possible.
連続で行う誰は
Daru, man the X-68,000. Your job is to observe, adjust, and gather information on the phone wave. Name subject to change.
助手はメールを打ちつけ
Assistant,
ろ
keep those mails coming. Try various patterns of text. Japanese, English, full width, half width. Emoticons. The actual messages don't really matter.
内容は問わん
I'm sure Shining Finger would be better for the job, but she's not a lab mem. I'll leave it to Kurisu.
What about Mayushi?
参りには
Your
買い出しを
mission
命じ
is
る
to go shopping. Go, just buy some bananas for now. I, Hugh and Kyoma, shall fund you.
この法院
Wow, you're so generous.
じゃあ岡部
So
は
I
レン
guess
ジ
your
の
job
ド
is
アの
opening the
開け閉めね
microwave.
うひょー
Whoa, you saved the easiest job for yourself?
花を乗せる仕事並みの
Of course I
単純
did.
作業じゃね
No, my assistant's judgment is sound. The key to a successful D-mail is most likely the correct timing of opening the microwave door.
レンジの
I was just kidding. Leave this task to Hugh and Kyoma. I shall open this door with precision, boldness, and delicacy, as if it were the flesh of a beautiful
父親の
woman.
ごとき大胆さ
Excuse you?
そして
Karin, that's nice.
It also sounds serial killer-like. You're pulling flesh apart. Furthermore, the current operation is top secret. You must not leak it to anyone. Got it? Mayuri nods. The R's are ignoring me. Oh, of course they are.
作戦
I shall give this operation a name. How shall I know it as Oper...
作戦名と
Don't
かい
need
らない
one.
から
Let's start.
始めましょ
Wouldn't
う
it be cool? But... You ruined my climactic scene. Damn you, assistant. This is an outrage. Afterwards, the D-mail experiment, its name is Operation Erd, though I lost my chance to announce it, continues for 2 hours. Erd? The eldest of the three Norns, Goss is a fae in Norse mythology. The three sisters tend the world tree Yggdrasil, which has roots in Erd's foundation. Erd is the Norn of the past. Okay, interesting. During that time, every D-mail goes back in time without a hitch. Now it's time to take a break. We're all hungry, and except for Mayuri, we've been up since last night.
どうぞ休んでて
Go ahead and rest. I'm gonna have a go at it a little longer. She's been going at it for hours, and she's still full of energy. It's hard to believe she was so opposed to time travel research before. Her scientist's blood must be on fire. We've made a number of discoveries, but we can wait to assess them until after we eat. Dara and I leave the two girls to watch over the lab as we go shopping at the convenience store. She doesn't look very full of energy. Yeah. We return from the convenience store to find the Brawn Tube Workshop's one and only part-time warrior standing in front of the building. She's stretching. Hello. Stop. She noses me and calls out without stopping her exercises. Hi. What shenanigans are you up to this early in the morning? Part-time warrior. The fighter. Shenanigans? This girl has a thing for unusual words.
いかにも
The kind you wouldn't believe. We are building the first time machine in human history.
人類史に
Huh. Cool.
Hey, shouldn't you be more surprised?
ま信じら
Can't
れる
blame
のは
her
当然
for
じ
for
ゃね
being skeptical. I didn't think it was possible either.
つうかそう簡単
And
に
isn't that top secret? I thought you didn't want anyone to know.
機密事項じゃなかった
Crap, part-time warrior. Please keep what I just said a
今俺
secret.
が話したことは内密に頼む
Sure. By the way,
Part-time warrior glances at the Brawn Tube Workshop.
the boss is really pissed.
というと
Why?
The noise. Whatever you're doing up there, it's got the whole building shaking. Dust everywhere. Kind of like an air raid. He was saying stuff like, what's that nutcase doing? How to raise this damn rent? Maybe you should go apologize.
ゲゲゲ
Oh boy, what if he kicks us out?
よし
Alright, leave it to me. Daru, go tell my assistant to lay off the experiments for now.
助手にしばらく
Roger that.
今
Don't
最
forget,
高
you
に輝
soldier.
いてるよ
I don't know if I'm going to die. Daru salutes, then races up to the second floor.
By the way, is Maxie Krisu there too? Here too?
You have some kind of history with her, don't you?
おう
Yeah. Come to think of it, she did pick a fight with Christina yesterday.
知り合いなの
Have you met before?
No. Yesterday was first contact.
初見
First contact. That's a strange way of putting it.
お
Oh, really? Weren't you a little hostile for a first contact?
She's my enemy.
What? I barely heard her. Her voice was so low. I'm about to ask her to repeat herself, but Suzuha is staring at the ground in silence. She obviously doesn't want to talk about this. That's strange. Okay. Did she call Kurisu her enemy? But that doesn't make sense. Why would she be your enemy? How can she be your enemy? You just met, right?
Yeah.
Did she do something to you?
Not to me.
What does that mean? She did something to someone else? If you want, I can go talk things over with Christina.
It doesn't really matter.
Maybe you're blaming the wrong person?
Jeez, give it a rest.
She hits me with a glare.
Anyway, shouldn't you apologize to the boss instead of talking to me?
Actually, I'm getting cold feet. But I am Huing Kyoma, the mad scientist who brings chaos to the world. I can't falter now. I steel myself and enter the Braun Tube workshop. Part-time warrior follows me inside. I have come. Mr. Braun is sitting at the counter inside, slurping delivery ramen. Even when I enter, he doesn't look away from the huge 42-inch CRT. It's showing some news show's report on some celebrity divorce. Part-time warrior doesn't say anything. She's just going to stand there and watch him rip me a new one. Hey, Okabe. How are you doing up there? Straight to the punch. He doesn't take his eyes off the TV, nor does he stop slurping his ramen. Yet, despite his sedentary posture, he exudes extraordinary pressure. But now is not the time to falter. We're currently conducting experiments that will change the course of human history. The discoveries we make today will shape the world for centuries. I don't care what games you guys play. I'm the owner of this building. Got it? And the building's really worn out. You keep saying it like that, and you could bring the whole damn thing down on our heads. Better keep quiet about the down on the floor. Very interesting, Mr. Braun. Don't tell me you forged this building's earthquake safety certificate. What if I did? Holy crap. You just admitted that? What? What do you mean? Maybe we should seek shelter soon. It's been properly reinforced, but regardless, you guys are still shaking it too much. So what if a few buildings collapse? What's that? As I've said countless times before, our current experiment is of vital importance to the history of science. No, to the history of human civilization itself. It's more important than prolonging this building's lifetime for another 10 or so measly years. The building starts shaking again as soon as I finish speaking. I told them to stop. Flakes of concrete start falling from the ceiling. The 42-inch CRT's image goes to static. Damn it, Daru, what are you doing? I thought I told you to stop the experiments. Oh god. Okabe! He's glaring at me. Help! The ceiling is falling, you dumbass. Some got into my ramen. What are you gonna do about it, huh? No more shaking. Or I'll raise your rent by 10,000. What? If you raise up 10,000 yen, we're ruined. Leave it to me, Mr. Braun. On my honor, I swear there won't be any more shaking today. With that, I race out the Braun Tube workshop. Help! Help! Christina, stop the insurance at once. What are you two smiling about? When I burst into the lab, I find the three of them in the middle of lunch. Don't you two smile like that at me. My area has juicy chicken number 1. Daru has a convenience store box lunch. Kurizu's eating cup noodles with a fork.
Sorry, Karin. I usually try to warm up some chicken. I accidentally flipped through reverse rotation and then it started sparking.
I see.
あんたにメール届いてるはずだけど、
Didn't you get it?
見てないの？
Your sarcasm is not appreciated, Christina. You know as well as I do that my phone is still attached to the phone wave name subject to change. Let's go grab it. I disconnect my phone from the phone wave name subject to change while grinding my teeth. Okay, let's see what we have. Which of these countless emails? One more, please. Excuse you? What does this mean? Stop screwing around! I'm the one who has to deal with Mr. Braun! How many pages? Okay, one more, please. 1 byte equals 12 characters. 2 byte equals 6 characters. I got it now. YZ. It's just the alphabet. Susito Taitu? I don't know. Hikuke Kosasi? Change limit. 1 or 2 byte. Rest disappear is the limit. 3 lines is the limit. Rest disappear. A is not my. Christina. Oh, Christina is not my. Should probably read it this way, shouldn't I? Okabe is an airhead. I drink so much coffee, it hurts. How many letters work? What's up? It's all good. Bye. I am Christina is not my. And then there's of course this mess of text that I don't understand. Can I call anybody? Alright. Maybe an emoji time? Maybe? Not too sure. Should I have read through this before? Yeah, I just thought it would be interesting considering I noticed that I just suddenly have like an extra page of like text.
I gave you 5 days and 5 days advance notice. Yeah, well, yeah, the timestamps from 5 days ago, but was he mad? Yeah, I could feel his killing aura. Power turns pale, but the 2 girls don't seem to care. They know not the wrath of Mr. Braun. Ignorance is bliss. Anyway, no more experiments today. Well, at least we got some good data. Then Krizu hides her mouth with her hand as she yawns. I'm dead tired. My hair's dried out. I want to go take a shower and go to sleep. Lukako, Yama-san, are you familiar with Garo froggies? They're huge fat last year. We have tons of them at the shrine, so if you like... Hey, could you take a few off our hands? Dad bought a whole box home for some reason. Then he said they were for me. I don't know what to do with them. P.S. I was so bewildered I couldn't do any practice swings with Samidare. Those weird-looking frog things that were popular with teenage girls in Shibuya last year, right? If I'm not mistaken, they came out with a variety of them. Reference to their previous game in the same universe, Chaos. Gotcha. Okay. What did you say? You know, the stories you tell paint a very different picture of your father than the impression I got from meeting him. Which is the true him, I wonder? I suspect the last year's Garo Froggy boom was an organization plot. Be careful, Lukako. Those Garo Froggies may be responsible for your father's strange behavior. You know what? You do kind of say... I won't deny, the pictures that you... The text that you say, Lukaku, about your father definitely paint a very different picture. So, do you need help? Am I not seeing something? I want to make sure you're okay, bro. I saw Ian take a boxed lunch out of the convenience store bag. It's cold, so I toss it into the foam wave, name subject to change, and set the timer normally.
If you want a shower, there's one here. Doesn't have a bath, though. Our queen always uses it.
なんか汚そう。
It's probably filthy.
お世辞にも綺麗なシャワ
I'd be
ー
lying
室
if I
とはいえ
called it clean. This entire building
こ
is
の
in
ビル自
shambles.
体がボロいから。
そもそも岡部と同
Anyway,
じシャ
I
ワー
refuse
室
to
を
use the
使
same
う
shower
なん
as
て
a
お
Kabe.
断り。
気持ちは
I understand. Nobody will blame you if you don't use it. Of course, since the three of us stayed up all night, we're all pretty smelly.
徹夜明けで俺も誰も
Given the sweltering heat and the fact that we kept the windows closed all night, I bet this place is smelling pretty rank right now.
だから食べ終わったら帰
That's
る
why
わ
I'm
よ。
going back to my hotel once I finish eating. Teresa slurps her cup noodles indignantly. I bought them at her request. She was raised in America, yet she likes cup noodles? Strange.
高級ホテルで
Celebrity bath time at a high-class hotel. No, I want to come too.
お断りし
Not
ます。
chance.
Mayushi wants to come too.
まゆりさん
You
な
can
ら
come
歓迎する。
anytime, Mayuri-san.
What is this discrimination?
Really? Thank you.
I take my warm food out of the microwave, take a fresh bottle of Dr. P out of the fridge, and join in on lunch.
Hey, Akarin, I've been wondering, but why do you drink soda while you eat? Does it make it taste better?
I don't really see a problem.
僕も
Me neither.
そうね。
Same. I didn't
私
give it
も
a
不思
second
議には
thought.
思わない。
I mean, it's just a drink. It's more flavor, I guess.
Huh?
マユリがおかしいんだろう
You're acting weird, Mayuri.
食事と炭
It's
酸飲料
normal
の
to
組
drink
み合
soda
わ
while
せな
you're
ど
eating.
普通だ普通だよな上皇
It's normal, duh.
異論はない。
No objections. No way. You guys are the weird ones.
Well, I'm a pure dose Docpurian. Daru loves Docpurian. Daru loves coal like a typical fat otaku, and Akarisu lives in America, home of soda. Someone who loves Dr. P above all other beverages, coined by Okarin. So I admit our opinion is biased. That doesn't matter right now.
さて
Now, let's discuss Operation Erd's
実験成
progress.
果について
Operation Erd?
そういえば昨日も
Right,
動画
thanks to a
の受
certain
賞せいで
assistant, I didn't get a chance to present the operation's code name yesterday. Heed me!
昨日夜
Those
から今日に
D-mail
かけて行
experiments
わ
are
れ
all
た
part of Operation
D-mail の
Erd.
連続
実験の
The
成果は
experiments have been fruitful.
She interrupts me again. Damn you.
D メールについて
At the very least,
少
we've
なくと
learned
も
what we
何
can
が
do
で
with
きるのかも
D-mail.
分かったから
Creaser places her empty cup noodle on the table, then retrieves a whiteboard from the development room. While the rest of us eat, she scribbles on the whiteboard, then puts it up against the wall.
とまあこんな感じ。
That about
補
sums it up.
足や反論は
Anything to add? So... Command for microwave warming function, reverse rotation. First microwave door open while warming is in progress. Timing unconfirmed. Discharge phenomenon. Send mail to foam wave. Name subject change during discharge. Conditions for discharge 12 to 18? Question mark. D-mail text limit 12 1 byte or 6 2 byte characters times 3. Any more fails to send. Distance into past depends on foam wave. Name subject change. Timer input. 1 second on timer is 1 hour into past. Contents of microwave become Jellyman. Also confirmed to also teleport. Again, though, this doesn't answer the biggest problem, I think, with this whole thing, which is the very first time it happened, it changed. Kurisu died at the beginning of the game, but then she came back to life. So, and it doesn't seem as though it seems that any time we've sent text, it doesn't seem to have changed reality in any way. So why is it that the first time it happened, it somehow changed reality in a way which brought Kurisu back to life, and even changed how things happened? the satellite crashing into the building, the guy's presentation being canceled, John Titor's existence not happening 10 years ago. So. Strange. Nothing especially. She summarized the vital points. Mayuri has her mouth half open in a blank stare. She clearly doesn't understand. A D-mail can be at most 36 English characters or 18 Japanese characters long. That makes experimentation difficult, so we'll want to improve that first. Furthermore, each D-mail is split into 12 character segments. If you send 36 characters, you'll get 3 12-character emails. If you try to send more, everything after the 36th character disappears. But we figured out how to control when it arrives. That's pretty good, right? Though we can only set it in 1-hour increments, we can control how far back D-mails go back by using the microwave's timer. Observation isn't enough. We need to find the underlying principle. What I've written here is nothing but verified phenomena. The underlying principle. You're right. It's not a complete time machine until we understand how it works. What could be the reason for the character limit? Dara and Karisu remain silent. Suddenly Mayuri, who has been staring at the ceiling in confusion until now, raises her hand.
Chicken and bananas become gel chicken and gel bananas, but salt doesn't turn into gel salt, right?
I guess that's fair. But salt is also not, like... Salt's not like... Like, bananas are come from plants, and chicken is, like carbon or whatever? I don't know. But it's like... Those have, like, living cells in them at some point. Salt doesn't. So much gel. According to Mayuri, the refrozen chicken had indeed been jellified when she tried eating it. Grace's prediction was right.
And you can send 36 letters in a D-mail, but everything past that disappears, right? So I think maybe you can't send big things, or a lot of small things. Maybe the curved black hole...
It's Kara Black Hole.
The curved black hole...
Kara Black Hole.
The black hole's hole is too tight.
No. Daru. Go away. Daru. Shut it. Don't make me... No. 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 Stop it. No. Stop making her say stuff like that. No. Bad. Mayuri has flowers for brains, so she's easy prey for Dara's perversions. It drives me crazy. Hole is tight. Huh. That might not be entirely wrong. Maybe we have the same problem CERN has with their time machine. Since they can't fully control the lifter, they can't make the singularities perfectly naked, which limits how much they can send. Anyway, 6 Japanese or 12 English characters come out at 12 bytes. English characters are half-width, so they only use 1 byte, but full-width Japanese characters use 2. Bytes. Not kilobytes. Oh, so Maki says she is bad with computers. Is that so, assistant?
Shut up.
You don't see things being measured in bytes nowadays, so I was just making sure. By the way, 1 kilobyte is a 1024 bytes. 1 byte is 8 bytes. Bits, sorry. Well, email isn't just comprised of text. There's more to it, like the sender and receiver's email address, the header, and various other things. So, roughly speaking, we can send data in 3 batches of 12 bytes then. By the way, I don't know if using a subject changes anything. But I'm pretty sure that chicken and bananas have to be larger than 12 bytes. How do you measure a banana in bytes anyway? Since each grain of salt is tiny, it's possible that they could be converted to less than 12 bytes. So, larger masses get crushed by supergravity? Mass might not be the issue here. Data doesn't have mass.
いずれにせよ
In any
得
case,
意点を
since the
裸にできて
singularity
い
isn't
ない
naked,
時
the
点で
object is forced
イ
to
ベ
pass
ント
through
ホ
the
ライ
event
ゾンを通
horizon.
過せざるを得なくなる。そのイベントホ
Inside
ラ
the
イゾ
event
ン内では
horizon, space and
空
time
間
switch
と時
places,
間の入れ
causing
替
the
わりの
subject
影
that
響
arrived
で
at the ring
リング
singularity
上
to
特
reach
異点に
ultra
到
high
達した
speed.
被験者は超重力により
The data,
押しつぶ
crushed
さ
and
れて
destroyed by supergravity,
破壊
is
され
shot
た
out
データ
of the black hole.
ゼリーマンの出来上
That
が
was a
りだ
jelly man.
でも
But even a
質
small
量
mass
が
has to pass
小
through
さければ
supergravity.
通り抜けられるとも
How does
思
it
えない
emerge unscathed?
どっちにしろ
穴がきついのな
If the
ら
hole is too tight, then then just inject more electrons.
そんな簡
I
単な
don't
問
think
題とは
that's
思
that
えない
simple. I mean,
セ
I'm
ルンだ
sure
ってその
Steins
方
could
法
try
を
that
試
already.
したはず
And yet they haven't gotten any results after 9
実
years
験
of
開始から
experiments.
9年経っても単純に
It's not as
電子
simple
の
as
量を
increasing
増
the
や
flow
せ
of
ばいい
electrons.
ってわけでもない
I see.
そもそも
CERN has a lifter, but we don't know what in the foam wave is filling the same role,
その
much
リ
less
フタ
know how
ー
to
に代
adjust
替す
this.
るものが何な
Adjust
の
it.
かすら分かってない
She has a point.
これじゃ
リフターに変わるも
We
の
don't know what acts as the lifter,
それ少なくともその代
but
替物
we
の効果
do
に
know
よ
that
り
it has a it has successfully created a path wide enough to send approximately 36 bytes of data to the ring singularity. I don't get it. Mayuri finished with her chicken, looks at us in confusion.
リング上得意点の
Think
入
of
り
it
口
like
で
an
ある
RPG.
内
The
側の
ring
イベントホラ
singularity,
イゾ
the
ン
entrance to the event
魔王城の
horizon,
門に
is the
たど
gate
れ
to the
ばいい
Demon Lord's castle.
魔王
Demon
城
Lords? Hundreds of soldiers attack the heavily fortified Demon Lord's castle gate. The soldiers can use the magic called Lifter to force the castle gate open, but they can only keep it open for a moment before it closes. During that moment, only 12 soldiers can break through. The soldiers can only use Lifter magic 3 times. The 36 soldiers who make it through the gate return triumphantly as the heroes who slew the Demon Lord. The soldiers who were left behind are imprisoned by the Demon Lord's minions. They are taken to the castle's prison cells and turned into slimes. The heroes save them after defeating the Demon Lord, but unfortunately they go home as slimes.
So the soldiers who went home as slimes are jellymen?
だが例外
But there's an exception. The soldiers can combine into a super soldier with the strength and size of 100 ordinary soldiers. The super soldier has the power to defeat the Demon Lord alone, but since his body is too big, he can't pass through the gates, even when it's opened by Lifter. And so, deprived of his magic's effectiveness, the weakened super soldier is seized by the Demon Lord's underlings and sent home in defeat as a giant slime. Combined soldiers? That's just silly. Don't remember the explanation. Pretty interesting. Yeah, it is really interesting. I can sort of see where it's coming from with that.
図体が大きすぎ
It's
て
to
はダメ
illustrate
だ
that the
という
object
例え
can't
だ
be too big. So there's a size limit.
I get. That's really easy to understand.
そう
It is? It's a dumb metaphor, but I guess it works. At least there's an explanation for why things get jellified. It's all thanks to Mayuri's hint.
Mayushi was helpful?
だいいひらめきだ
Yeah,
ったぞ
great insight, Mayuri.
Yay!
でも
But it's
ま
still
だ仮説よ
hypothesis. It
それ
hasn't
が
been
証明され
proven.
たわけじゃない
How would you prove it? With human experiments like CERN? I don't feel like turning people into jelly.
岡部と橋田
If
さん
Okabe
が
and
被験者として
Hashi's
志
son
願し
volunteer
て
as
くれ
test
るな
subjects,
ら
I'll happily
喜
experiment
ん
on
で
you.
実
Fat
験してあげ
chance.
るけど
Come on, why you want me dead? Human experimentation sounds kinda dirty, if you know what I mean. But I refuse. I refuse. I rather play the doctor than the subject.
右に同じ
Same here. No, not in the way he's
性的な
implying.
意味という部分は同意しないが
バカども
Idiots. Kurisu gives us a cold stare and shrugs her shoulders in exasperation. What, you really wanted us to go in there?
何度も言うけど
As I keep saying,
問
the
題
real
は
problem is what
あ
the
の
phone
電話
wave
レンジ
uses
の
as a
どこに
lifter.
リフターにだ
それともう一つ
That and one other thing.
なぜ時間帯
How come
に
the
よって
discharge phenomenon and jellification only happen during a certain time
起
frame?
きたり起きなかったりするの
We may not understand everything, but we perfected the art of demailing. Isn't that our final answer? That's not the right button. Abbreviated as FA in Japanese, using the question, is that your final answer, internet slang,
originates from a popular quiz show with contestants who want to be millionaires. Okay. I feel like I should save.
Sending mail to the past is amazing, isn't it?
Though I guess it's not a real time machine unless we can send people to the past. Even CERN has failed to send humans through. If you believe what Titor says, it won't be another... what, 24 years before there's a true time machine? Answer Kurizu's sarcastic question with a nod. Physical time travel is impossible for us at the moment. We lack the funds and facilities available to CERN. And yet, we have realized a form of time travel. We've sent data to the past. We should investigate the phone wave further. We need to understand what's going on. I have some fun ideas on how to use the D-mail. I know how you feel, but we can't eat today. If we shake the building again, Mr. Brown is sure to blow a gasket. He'll raise the rent or kick us out of the lab. We can start experimenting again tomorrow, but this I will declare now. I step onto the couch and look at each lab mem in turn.
You have to take off your shoes. It's dirty.
Today, what day is it? August 2nd. August 2nd, 2010 is a date which will live in infamy. For on this day, we, the Future Gadget Laboratory, have developed the first successful time machine in the history of mankind. It's not the first, CERN beat us.
And you can't even say we developed it. It happened by accident.
It seems that my assistant doesn't know the meaning of the word serendipity. Penicillin, X-ray machines, dynamite. These inventions were all born from coincidence. Goop. A nitroglycerin-based explosive invented by Alfred Nobel in 1866. A type of electromagnetic wave discovered by Wilhelm Röntgen in 1895, famous for its applications in medicine, and penicillin, the world's first antibiotic, discovered in 1929. I guess.
But Christian, you said before that time machines don't exist, right? But now you admit they do.
It's just that I have to admit for now. If we investigate how the phone wave works, it might turn out to be something that only seems like time travel. Does nobody have any respect for my grand declaration? Don't complain if I take all the credit for investigating the first, second, whatever, time machine in human history. The 66th Roundtable Conference ends here. Dismissed. Wait, that was the Roundtable Conference? I didn't know that. It's even the 66th. Details don't matter. Who cares what kind of table it is? Kurisu gets up from her chair and stretches. Take a shower and sleep. Bye-bye.
Mayushi has to go to work soon.
I'm incredibly tired too. Let's just sleep today. But when I lie down, I find myself unable to sleep. The part of me is still frightened by the dark secrets we've uncovered. The curiosity and excitement are too much to bear. We've built a machine that can send emails to the past. It's like a dream. But it's real, and it's ours. As I start thinking of ways to use it, my imagination spreads out to infinity, driving the last vestiges of fear out from my mind. I'm standing in absolute darkness. How long have I been here? I can't remember. I can't move. I can't feel. I can't see. The world is empty. Not empty. A voice resounds in the blackness, as if whispering in my ear, "What's happening?" As if screaming from far away. As if dozens of people around me are speaking at once. Where am I?
イベントホライゾンを超えた場所。
Beyond the event horizon. Excuse you?
時間と空間の役
Your
割
time
が
and space switch places. Who's speaking? Suddenly, the darkness is dispelled. What? An ocean of stars fills the heavens. The sight is breathtakingly beautiful. However, one point in space lacks stars. I notice that point. I stare at that point. My body starts to fall. I'm falling through a sea of stars. No, not falling. I'm being pulled. Pulled into a rift of utter darkness from which not even light can escape. In an instant, my consciousness has exceeded the speed of light. Stars flash past and vanish from sight. Light itself is but dust in my wake. Logic screams that this cannot be. Nothing can move faster than light. That would contradict the theory of relativity.
あんたは移動なんて
You
してい
aren't
ない
moving. Who's talking? That voice again. Comes from behind, overtaking my faster-than-light consciousness. At the same time, it seems to lie in wait at my destination. Why do I hear Christina's voice?
あんたは
You aren't moving.
移動なんてしていない
Those same words.
言ったはず
Remember what I said.
ここでは
Here, space and
空
time
間と
switch
時間の
places.
役割はあんたは
You can't move
空
through
間を移動
space.
することはあんたの時間
Your
が
time is stretching out to
永
eternity.
遠と引き伸ばされているのよ
Accelerate. I can hardly breathe. It feels like something is crushing my body.
あんたの1秒
1 second for you.
私には
an eternity for
永
me.
遠となる遠くから観測
As
して
I
いる
observe you from a
私には
distance, I see you as a still object.
停止しているようにしか見え
I
ない
fall. I'm pulled to the depths of the dark. Or perhaps to the end of the universe. But even beyond the speed of light, I'll never reach it. Am I looping? No, that's not it. Is the end running away from me? That's not it either. Stretching. What is stretching? Space? Me?
振り返ってはいけない
Don't look back.
永遠は
Eternity is not infinite.
永遠へ向かって
Time stretches towards
時間が
eternity,
引き伸ばされつ終わりは存在
yet it has an end. Something approaches. It approaches slowly, a stark contrast to the stars flashing past. Is it really approaching? It looks like it's standing still. Its slowness gives it that illusion. I don't know what it is, but it is something.
イベントホライゾン
The event horizon. I try to reach towards it, but my hand won't move.
振り返っては
Won't
い
look
けない
back.
そこには
You'll see only
1
yourself,
秒が
trapped in a
永遠へと
second
引き伸ば
stretched
され
out
た
to
あんた
eternity.
が連なっているから
I'm slowing to a stop. I still keep falling. The end never comes. Asymptotic approach to zero. When will this second pass?
時間と空
Time
間
and
の
space
役
have
割
switched
が
places.
入れ替わっている
A second stretched out to infinity. 1 second becomes 0.1 seconds. 0.1 seconds becomes 0.01 seconds. 0.01 seconds becomes 0.001 seconds. 0.0001. 0.00001. 0.00001. 0.0000001. 0.0000001. 0.000000001. When will I arrive? Gradually, time shortens. Gradually, my perception of time lengthens. Turning into a robot, yeah.
たどり着いて
Face forward. Struggle on. No matter how close I get, I can never reach. The Demon Lord's Gate. Suddenly, her words take on an amused tone. The Demon Lord's Gate. You don't have the key. You can't pry it open. I try to shout, but my mouth won't move. I mustn't look back. He'll be captured by the Demon Lord's minions. Pictures from the Jellyman's report flicker through my brain. My body. What the? Don't look back. I want to look back. I want to go back. I can't look back. I can't go back. I face towards the thing. I face the future of becoming a Jellyman. I'll froze him for eternity. Roused by a melody, I slowly open my eyes. What in the world just happened? Instead of an ocean of stars, I see the lab's familiar ceiling. What a bad dream. It's bright out. What time is it? My phone is ringing. Shining finger. Hello? It was all a dream. Came like you said, Okabe-kun. You promised to show me the IBM 5100. Remember, are you there? Your windows are open and the lights are on. If you're there, could you open the door? I'm out front. Moeka. Mail demon again? I thought I told her to stop with the spam. Check the clock. It's 9 a.m. I slept for over 15 minutes. There are still other texts that she had. Are you asleep? Ignoring me, maybe? I'm climbing the stairs now. I thought... I don't know why, but I read that as I'm climbing through the window now. It's like, no, you're not. Ugh. Please reply, are you pretending to be out? I'm coming to the door. I was going to knock, but the hallway's dark and scary. I'm afraid someone will jump out if I make a noise. And then, did you go out? Are you here? Where are you? Are you still in Akihabara? I feel like I should probably save, just in case. I slept for over 15 hours. No wonder I feel so lethargic. I stifle a yawn as I unlock the door. When I open the door, I see Shining Finger, Kiryu Moeka, standing there, looking down at her phone. I was asleep. Her expression doesn't change, but she bows her head slightly. Guess that's her way of saying sorry. I guess I can't just leave her standing there. I reluctantly invite her in, then shut the door and collapse back into the sofa. I'm still half asleep. Hello. I went to the trouble to invite her in, but Moeka just stands in the corner of the room. You're covered in sweat. I just had a little taste of what it's like to be a particle drifting through space. It was one hell of a nightmare. Maybe I'm more shocked by the truth of CERN's experiments than I thought I was. At any rate, I'm still drowsy. I guess it was a lot to just be kind of thrown into, I guess, so I can't exactly say I blame him for having some kind of strange nightmare. You realize people have been turned into jelly, and that there are people who probably will take over the world in a couple years. It's like, maybe that would mess with you mentally heavily. My vision's a little blurry too. Not like a normal Saturday night to you. What the hell? I feel like yawning again. I failed to stifle it this time. Oh, you gave me the IBM 5100? Malika nods. Then she starts entering something on her phone. We're face to face. Why is she sending me mail? Okie dokie. You said I could come look. Remember, Moeka. True, I did say that. If you're going to visit someone, don't you usually let them know beforehand? I didn't mean to... I can show you, but did you have to come so early? Didn't mean to disturb you, but I need to see the IBM 5100. Wait, I get it. Your true intention is to do an oracle on me, isn't it? Like back when we first met, she took a picture of my face without permission. Since I am the infamous mad scientist, Human Kyoma, I am quite the delicious topic. In my dealings with dark powers, I've learned secrets that could topple governments. People would love to get their hands on my knowledge. Of course, that's why I'm being chased by the organization. And that's why I refuse all interviews and photo ops. And now comes this woman aiming to get me while I'm half asleep. A dirty trick, but effective. Moeka doesn't react to my sharp accusation. Am I wrong about her? Is that okay? Oh, now she's talking. Too bad I don't understand what she means. Is what okay? Don't miss the way Moeka quickly scans the room. Please show me the IBM 5100. Fine. Just look. After you look, you leave. Okay? Won't sell or lend it to her, no matter what. That machine is critical to our hacking operation against CERN, the enemy. Moeka bites her lip, but she soon nods faintly. I open the curtains to the development room. Off to the side is the cardboard box with the IBM 5100 inside. It's in that cardboard box over there. I point to it by jerking my chin. Moeka slowly walks up to the cardboard box and takes a deep breath and peeks inside. Her eyes instantly light up as she stares at the machine in fascination. Maybe she's not only a male demon, but also a retro PC maniac? Or maybe she's even a pervert with a retro PC fetish. No way, I don't want to live in the same world as perverts at that level. After staring at the IBM 5100 for a few moments, Moeka starts cheerfully typing out a mail. What an annoying woman. Stop yelling at me! I want to take a picture. No unauthorized photographs. First show me the camera you're going to use. Unless I place strict restrictions on photography, she might snap my picture when I'm not paying attention. I'm being chased by the organization, so I can't expose my face in the media. Moeka stops moving once I give her my instructions. Just place the camera you're going to use on that shelf so I can see it, okay? No funny business. Moeka silently places her phone on the shelf. She doesn't let go. She keeps her hand on it. That's it. You're gonna use your phone camera. Moeka nods, still expressionless. I thought she was doing a magazine article, but if she's using her phone, something tells me she's not very good at her job. Or maybe she's so nervous about interviewing me that she forgot her camera? At any rate, I'm starting to feel sorry for her. Alright, you can take as many pictures as you want, but on one condition. No face shots. If you take a picture of me, I'll have no choice but to silence you. I don't want your picture. Oh. Moeka starts shooting the IBM 5100. She doesn't even glance at the great Human Kyoma. She may act like she doesn't care, but I can tell she's waiting for me to lower my guard. She can't deceive these eyes of mine. A picture of me is worth millions to the right people. Given her stalker-like behavior, it seems safe to assume that I am the true focus of her interest. But I won't be exposed so easily. I feel sorry for her, but I can't let the organization find me. I've been on the run for so long that caution has become habit. Leave no trace of where you've been. Stay vigilant around the clock. That's how you stay alive. I keep my guard up, ready to respond with lethal force should she attempt to take my picture. Keelan really has just kind of gone off the rails. Meanwhile, this lady's just taking pictures. It's just a picture, man. Implying he was even on the rails. You know what? You're right. But 5 minutes later, and she's still focused on the IBM 5100. It's like I'm not even in the room. She dares attack my pride. A fearsome opponent indeed. 30 minutes later, Moeka's still taking pictures. How many pictures do you need of it? The period between shutter sounds is lengthened, but she's still adjusting her angle for every shot. Her expression is completely serious. Come on, it's a computer, not a supermodel. I watch her work from the lounge as I munch on a breakfast banana. I would have preferred to get something from the convenience store, but I don't want to leave Moeka alone. I know the IBM 5100 is too heavy for her to carry, but still, there's no telling what this fanatic will do if I let her out of my sight. Suddenly, I get another mail. It's Shining Finger. Borrow the 5100, can I? No. I already said no. I direct my answer towards the development room. Besides, that thing weighs a ton. You can't carry it by yourself. If you could help me carry it... Wait a minute. Why are you assuming I'll lend it to you? I already said I wouldn't. Really? Really? No matter what. No matter what. Once again, she does her thing, typing on her phone at high speed. Meanie. Yeah, I know. She really have to send me that one-word mail? What a troublesome woman. Now listen well. The Phantom Retro PC, the IBM 5100, has chosen me, Hyun Kyoma, as its contractual master. That's the undeniable truth. Not even God can change the decision. It is a choice of Steins. Besides, I'm only borrowing the IBM 5100 power. When I'm done with it, I'm returning it to the original owner. Who's the original owner? Tell me. Stop with the mails already! I can't tell you. I swore a blood oath to maintain secrecy and protect the original owner from those who desire the IBM 5100. I mean, anything could happen. Moeka might seduce Luca's dad, for instance, and get him to lend her the IBM 5100. And then I couldn't complain to Moeka if Moeka took it away. I must avoid that situation at all costs. Of course, I don't think Moeka can seduce anyone with her personality, and since Luca's dad has a wife and kids, I don't think he'd fall for her easily. Tell me where you found it, right? You can at least tell me where you found it. I'm probably just thinking too much. Moeka, meanwhile, is staring at the floor in what I assume is defeat. I'm not without sympathy for your plight. I formed a contract with the IBM 5100 for my own goals. After I achieve those goals, you can negotiate with the original owner to form a contract of your own. When I return the IBM 5100 to Yanabayashi Shrine, Ragnarok will be over, and the fate of the world will have already been decided. And when Ragnarok is over, whether it ends in victory or defeat, my life as Hyun Kyoma will be... No, forget what I said. There's no time to be thinking about the future. After all, my future is already... Anyway, where was it? Jeez, I had some good angst going there. She's just oblivious to the mood. The IBM 5100 was at Yanabayashi Shrine. Just then, I hear the sound of a door opening. Moeka twitches. I look into the lounge and see Daru wiping the sweat off his brow with a towel as he comes in. Guten Morgen. Sure, you're early. Ever since university went into summer break, Daru's been coming to the lab in the morning less and less. But then again, he's also been staying up all night more and more. I went to bed early. Woke up 5 this morning. Man, it's hot. I'm not supposed to be this hot in the morning. Oh, Corinne, who's this sexy 3D woman? Daru, I'm going to throw you out the window. let me introduce you. This is Shining Finger, Kiryu Moeka. Shining Finger. Does her hand glow with an awesome power? No, but she's definitely an Esper. An Esper? That's stupid. What's her type? You'll see. Well, whatever. Welcome to Lab Kiryushi. Even though Daru bowed his head, Moeka doesn't so much as look at him. She's now looking down at her phone, not that she ever really looked away. Daru turns red. What a magnificent ignore skill. Are you looking down on me because I'm a fast Oda? You're a mainstream woman, aren't you? Steve? That's not the right thing. If I can hit the button. Derogatory term used by otaku to describe women who subscribe to a way of thinking incomprehensible to men. Such women are supposedly influenced by mainstream culture as promoted by women's magazines. Some claim that this phrase is used by men to justify their lack of success with women. Dario. Moeka, this is my favorite right arm, Super Hacker Dagaru. Moeka lowers her chin imperceptibly. Is that supposed to be a bow? Her expression hasn't changed at all. Everything Daru says flows cleanly through one ear and out the other. And she was so eager to meet the Super Hacker before. Hey, Okari, did you do something to her? Like what? We were just taking pictures. Pictures? Pictures. So you're going to blackmail her and force her to be our No! Stop applying eroge logic to reality. My bad. Daru's jokes aren't helping. Oh, right. Thought up some upgrades we can make to the phone wave. Like what? You know how it's a huge pain in the ass to send emails for the past? Yeah? I want to simplify that process. Oh, and also make it possible to forward the phone wave's dedicated phone. Forward from the phone wave's dedicated phone. Forward? What do you mean? Right now, you can only send email to the phone attached to the phone wave, right? That's right. And yesterday's experiments, my phone was attached to a phone wave, name subject to change, just socket. So my inbox got flooded with email. It's pretty inconvenient. If we get the phone wave's dedicated phone and forwarding function, we can use it to send emails to any number we want. How long will that upgrade take? 2 or 3 hours, if you help me, that is. Understood. I'll help. Okay. That really is reliable. I walk up to him with my hand raised for a high five. He completely ignores me, sits on the sofa, and begins eating. You... What? My high five! Damn it, pay attention, Daru. Slowly lower my hand. Whatever. Once the upgrades are complete, I'll gather the lab members and begin discussing serious D-mail use. It's time to think about the practical applications of sending mail to the past. Another mail? It says something about sending mails to the past, didn't you? What did you mean by... What does that mean? Oh, crap. Daru, you idiot! How can you make such a basic mistake? Moeka, whose eyes have never once left her phone, is now staring straight at me. I need to talk my way out of this somehow. She may just be a part-timer, but she's still a journalist of sorts. If she learns that we've built the world's first time machine, there's no way we'll be able to keep it under wraps. The organization is sure to find out. I can't let that happen. You misheard us. No. Moeka shakes her head. I know what I heard. Moeka's pretty persistent. I know that because of her mail attacks. She won't escape me so easily. Let me escape. What should I do? In the station, I put my phone to my ear. It's me. There's a problem. No, not that. Information on number 8 got leaked to the third party. No. I need to do something. Depending on the situation, I may have to silence her. Yeah, I know. I can't let the organization know about this. Steins Gate seems to enjoy sending trouble my way. Don't worry. I see and how can wait until Ragnarok is over. Elsai Kungu. I put my phone in my pocket and turned back towards Moeka. Who's that? It doesn't concern you. Moeka looks down and begins typing another mail. The hell does that mean? Are you FB? Who? Since she doesn't include her usual signatures, does that mean she was in a hurry? Her expression doesn't change at all, though. Anyway, I disregard the email contents and take one step towards Moeka. She makes no attempt to escape. I'm standing between her and the door. Here you, Moeka. You must swear to protect our secret, or die. Choose now. No time to think it over. No alternatives either. You have learned our secret and now must pay the price. You kill me? Only if you try to go public. Underestimate the insane mad scientist Yuen Kyoma at your Are you again, Ocarine? Dara's standing behind me. Turn around in surprise. Kirishi was a Okarine's kinda crazy, so it's okay to ignore him when he talks like this. Can you see what's going on, Super Hacker? Imbecile! Because of your careless tongue, she found out about the phone waves on Jane as a time machine! A time machine? That was pretty careless too. This is awful. Everything that could go wrong has. How do I recover? First, I need to silence Moe.
Good morning.
Oh god.
Okay, Mayushi wants to warm up some chicken before you start the time travel experiment.
This is getting worse and worse. I drop to my knees in utter despair. The pain. We're finished. It's impossible to talk our way out of this one. Kiryu Moeka. I'll tell you everything, and I have a favor to ask. Tremble, right arm of mine. By the covenant I command thee. Come forth, hellfire of darkest black. Fulfill my desire for ultimate destruction. Ashes to ashes. Dust to dust. Ah, okay. I pull hard with both my arms, tearing the microwave door free with a terrible screech. The screws were loosened, but it sounds like I might have broken something too. Well, whatever.
I can't warm up my chicken anymore.
This isn't a microwave anymore, it's a time machine.
That's not fair. Go buy a new microwave, Ocarine.
I don't have that kind of money. Besides, this is Dara's idea. Removing the microwave door means that we don't have to open it every time we want to send a D-mail. Dara's currently reprogramming the microwave so that it won't stop when the door's open. He's already programmed the forwarding feature. Moeka takes a picture with her phone. I cover the lens with my hand. Told you no pictures. In commemoration. Of what? Anyway, no pictures. Moeka complies. Register as lab mem number 005 just a bit earlier. Oh, okay, so we just have a new party member, I guess. There's a choice between letting her leak word of the time machine or forcing her to join our group. I reluctantly chose the latter. New party member, I guess. Yippee. Yeah, I've gone soft. The old me would have killed her without a second thought. Moeka is standing right next to me, but my monologue has no effect. Looks like she wants to ask me something. What is it?
Is it really a time machine?
Yes, you'll see. But you can't tell anyone, okay? Like a nod. Alright, program complete. Trisu, lying on the sofa, looks up from the technical manual she was reading. She got here about 30 minutes ago. I was about to say, like, when did Kurisu get here? Hang on.
No interest in experiments. But won't the manager scold us again?
Don't worry. Yesterday, I made this promise with Mr. Braun. I swear there won't be any more shaking today. In other words, there's no shaking promise only applied yesterday, so since today is yesterday's tomorrow, we can shake it all we want. Cut forward to having being kicked out with everything just outside.
何の解決
That
にもな
doesn't
って
sell
ないだろう
anything. Why you're so
どうし
confident
て
is
そ
a
こまで
mystery
自
to
信
me.
満々でいられるのか不思議
つまりこう言いたい
In
の
other words, Christina, you want me to erase Mr. Braun?
ミス
言っとらんわ
No.
それに
Besides, I
岡
don't
部
think
み
a
たい
wimp
な
like
巨
you
郎が向
stands
か
a
っていっ
chance
ても
against him.
あの店長にはかなう
He's so muscly.
Unfortunately, it's impossible to experiment without shaking the building. I have no choice but to negotiate with Mr. Braun somehow. The R4 members look at me in anticipation. Are they planning to sacrifice me? Is this the choice of Steins Gate? But how do I... While trying to think of a way to avoid talking to the manager, I wander over to the window and look outside. Oh, hello. The street below is mostly empty. A girl is polishing her bicycle in front of the building. A much younger girl is squatting next to her, watching her work. They're alone. I can only see the backs of their heads from here, but I can know who they are.
そこのバイト選手
You! Part-time warrior! When I call her, Suzuha looks left and right while wiping the sweat off her brow before finally looking up here. Hey! That male! That! Lukako. Dad usually acts normal, but he gets strange when only family members are around. Like why I was raised as a girl in the first place. Dad says I was supposed to have another sister born before me, but when I asked Mom, she said he was making it up. I'm kind of fed up with him. P.S. I did 10 practice swings. There's without doubt lies the key to the tragedy that occurred 15-20 years ago. How does she know he was lying? Your father was maybe embraced some darkness deep within his heart that he hides from everyone. If you don't like cross-dressing, then say so. Otherwise, he'll just keep having his fun. If you want to change the status quo, then burn those Miko ropes in the courtyard. I feel like that's a bit more than what Lukaku's going for. I'll say that your dad may be hiding something. I mean, go with that one. Additionally, I think here is actually a good stopping point because I've been streaming now for 4 hours, so this is what I usually go for. So I think I'm going to go ahead and end it here for today. This has been getting really interesting, and I can't wait to see what's coming up. So we'll just have to continue next time. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and hope to see you all later. Peace. Gonna run out of save slots. I'll figure it out. See ya.